I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Greetings and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. This is our second and final show for the day. I am your host as usual, Man. I hope you checked out our earlier video, this morning. Very, very good content as it looked at the pathway of Swedish football and looking at the transferable principles that can be applied to Jamaica's football. Very good show it was. This is our JPL preview show where we look at this week's JPL action. The JPL is the Jamaica Premier League. We're also going to be discussing the Caribbean Club Championship where Cavaliers and Waterhouse participated in, and Cavalier, the last team from Jamaica standing, they were knocked out at the semi-final stage. You understand me? I see Malik Mills saying that I need to start out with a prayer. You understand me? Not a problem, Malik. You're not afraid to pray now. You understand me? So we'll just chant a psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures and lead me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will do well in the house of the Most High God forever. Yes. There you go, Malik. All right. So, yeah, man, Waterhouse went to the semifinals, not Cavalier. We also have today, right? You think sometimes it is not just footballers who are overseas sometimes who find it hard to break into the local market space. We have an artist here, and he's an American-based, Jamaican-born, American-based recording artist. Doing well over there in the States, but hey, not a lot of recognition out here in Jamaica. So we're going to have him on for a little bit to come tell us his story. You know, wherever there is entertainment, there is sport. And where there is sport, there is entertainment. He goes by the name KimRychus, or you can call him KimRychus because he's wealthy, you will see. Welcome.
Up already. I am sure sports. One thing me sure about when me say sport, that mean me not doubt. Yeah, man, you know. When I was on that voice there.
Yeah, so people, this is the artist who did the I Am Sure Sport jingle. You understand
We
me?
can tell you the story about the I am sure sports jingle.
Tell him the story. Tell him
All
the
right,
story.
so you link me up about it. I look, you know what I mean? If you like that's a couple months before me actually do it. I remember one Sunday me rise and me say your name pop up on my screen, say yo, my life. I say, you know, me need to do that thing. I'm just go down same time in my basement. Me start make the beat, you know me start play around with making beats and thing, and me start make the beat right away. I say, yo, all right, this me I work with. And meanwhile, me I make the beat, me a voice there. Me not even write it, you know what I mean? But just there, me I make the beat, me just put the mic in front of me and me I go and voice meanwhile, you see me? And me send it to you and I become it, you know what I mean?
Shell.
Yeah.
Just the creativity just oozing right there. Yeah, man.
Because me already have such a great bond and chemistry from long time, you know what I mean? So it was
Yeah,
easy.
man, yeah, man.
Yeah, it was
Long
easy.
time. Yeah, man, but tell us about your journey in the music. I know you're making beats now and all of that, but you're a writer and you have several songs that have been making the rounds in the States. You haven't broken yet into the Jamaican marketplace or the Jamaican music industry. But tell us about what has been happening with your career over there in the States.
Well, after me left Jamaica, that time they just they do a competition, the gospel competition they do. And they come second in that competition, even though I should win it still. But they come second. No, really talk, even the judge them, if the people in the crowd, it's just I think the girl, but they won't go to that. But even the people must say, yo, no, the youth have to win. But I come second in that competition, and from that, me there get a few shows about the place, and then the first studio session me ever have was with Dale. Dale is in play bass for rough cut. Eh?
He
play bass for one of them big bands that were there Jamaica where, you know what I mean? We back up all the artists and me and him in the studio and they use Stephanie on the hook and thing and we do the first song we ever like record in our studio. Come to Love, that song they actually released it the other day because so much people love that song. It was just a genuine vibe. So
the song is officially released.
Yeah, man, release it. Me never
with the same beat, but you did some new things.
No, the same beat, everything. But that's released. Cause when you release it, each platform have its own sound quality, so it sound better now on the. But me never really did nothing to it. Like me never did, mix it down. Me never do anything else. I just mix it and they put on it. Me release it. And it's a good song. I love the song. Yeah, all people hit me about that song. They love that song. You know what I mean? Because Stepney, I come to Jamaica the other day. I used to tell me, man, say, yo, remember that song that we do name Come to Love? The man say, man, drive from town, come and Stepney. The man next Stepney, man. The man said, them pull up the song all the way from town. But I don't know how far them pull it up, come to. But the man said, them just have the song for repeat and play over, and,
No, but you just mentioned Stepney because a lot of people don't know that Stepney is a place in Jamaica where our next big artist also come from that you're very close to.
Romy and Virgo.
So where is Stepney? Tell them about because for those who don't know where Stepney is up in the hills of Alexandria.
Yes, you pass Alexandria go up, so it's like, Saint and up in the hills. If you come from Ochi where you drive St. Anne's, be a Brownstone, Alexandria, then Stepney. Up in the hills,
you pass the great home of Bob Marley.
Yeah, if you come from to the other side of the hills, you pass Bob Marley. We if you come down into Stepney. Stepney is like 3-4 miles from 9 miles where Bob Marley come from.
Okay, and they say Romy and Virgo, sorry, is from that same community. Somebody that you grew up with as well.
Yeah, man. I remember, it's like I'm a brother from another mother, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, me and him close, man. You see me say, I'm come to Jamaica, not this time, but the time before that, me damn yard a couple, you know what I mean? I'm sure more about hospitality same way. We do a song, come out, but we work on it.
Yeah. But let's get back to the story. So that was the first song, Come to Love, was the first song you released, and you just shared the story that the guy was listening all the way from Kingston into St. Anne and stuff. And then you overseas. What has that been like?
I believe come overseas. That's 2010 because it was 2010. When I come over here, I kind of leg off the music thing. I don't know nobody over here who could do no music with. So me always did love music. Still, I write down a few things. Until a few years in it. This is show you how music is that thing where once you. To me, it's like destiny. So I'm there somewhere, I chill one day, and some youth there make a song, and them couldn't come up with a hook for it. And me there, I listen, and I say, yo, you know what I mean? So then I go in and I give her input, and when I give her input, it end up being the hook for the song. I never made it a sing the song, and there's some youth that do them song, and me end up do a hook for them. write the hook for them and you know them do the hook. After me do that, you have another youth where they did it where you have a youth where they we go to one studio where they're Baltimore. And that the youth at the same time say, yo, I love for you, come through with me, one studio session I come over Baltimore, I love for you, come through with me and you know what I mean, we could do a song together. I'm like, all right, bet. So that was good. That would be my first studio vibe now since we come in America, yeah. And then man go to Baltimore and we go to Baltimore. Remember, we did a song there. I remember after that, the engineer, youth named Flight Boy, where if you listen to my first EP, I have an EP out right now named Something From Nothing, where it have 8 songs on it. All them songs upon it, and the youth named Flight Boy, they mix them and record, make the beat and everything for them. When we do the song with the youth, the African youth, Flight Boy say, yo, but this one you know, it's a long time I look for your authentic Jamaican sound, you know what I mean? And I love for you come, you can come and come record all the time, you see me? The man just charge me $20 to make the beat and record the song, which you never hear that now, you see me? So the only reason why he never really that charge me, and he just want me keep coming to the studio. Till at that time, him just say, yo, you know, man, you don't have to pay me nothing. All we do, we have a group and we have a music group. You know what I mean? Him there have about 3 rappers in it. Him have a singer white youth to play him guitar and thing. Bad Andrew will be here. And they have a girl when they will sing to see him. I'm like, yo, you'd just be the perfect addition to the team. I'm say, all right. So we start go down and the first song we do was Lonely with upon the EP there. And so we do that whole 8, we do a bunch of songs down there with him until, you know what I mean, me end up go England again, go link my brother. When I go England, go link my brother, me end up do 2 collab over the one name International. So your music thing just always just pull me down. I link my brother like a couple of days before me come back in America. Him link me up with a youth and he have multiple skills. So make beat and thing, him play sound, him do all kind of thing. Me and the man there and him pull up a song where him say, yo, him write this song basically off the idea of like two Jamaican where go America, but then live in a 2 different, not just America, but go overseas and live in a 2 different country. Like so him live in England. And him write this song with the idea that the person we're going to do the collab with, I will come from like New York or something like that, but from Jamaica. So the song name International. But him saying, send go get a couple of youth in New York, none of them couldn't come up with nothing. So the day me and him dead, and I'm like, yo, man, you take this home and this vibe. I'm like, no, man, why we going to take it home? We could do it now. So we did it and we vibe it and we do that song, the International. Then after that, we do another song, same way, Tribal Wine. Because so them 2 songs there, so them 2 songs there do real good. Tribal Wine I do good right now. I come to Jamaica there, I perform it up a Stepney. The people them love it. You know, so up to now, you know what I mean. I work on another EP right now where I make beat and them thing there. I don't know if you want.
But I'm here wondering. So because a lot of people probably are going to say, yo, what is the first time we're hearing about this artist? How come in the Jamaican dancehall or music industry we don't hear you? How difficult have you found it to like get your music playing on mainstream in Jamaica? What are some of the stuff that you think, you know, preventing that from happening?
To be honest with you, at first I never know what was preventing it. But when I come to Jamaica the other day, because I just come up back and I'm doing the last week, 2 weeks ago or so. When I come down there, I realize you have to do on the ground. You have to do Jamaica on the ground. You see me? Or even if you're not on the ground, you have to at least have some people on the ground where actually push your thing where, you know what I mean? Some youth in the street where push your thing. A couple DJ where play you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so I realized because me kind of absent from Jamaica, you know what I mean? It's like nobody
you have to like go to the radio station and give out the music to be played and DJ have to be playing in the dance, in the sessions, in the parties, stuff like that. And you have people there like you have almost like people working for you who go to the parties and ensure that the DJ play it over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on going and say, yo, give me a money, pull up on that one. More about that one there. You know what I mean? You need little things like that in the street because if you don't have that, unless you just come up with like one of them, songs there where, you know, and even then I feel like
it wasn't me, unless you have like a, it wasn't me kind of a song.
Let's come up with something where just out of the blue where just gravitate to the, you know what I mean? Cause look, my Omi. Me actually meet Omi when we go up Virgo, because they live in the same area. And that the man did have that song there, you know what I mean? Just to be Vera for me feel like a bit. That man did have that song there a while before it actually released.
You know, I don't know when you move me. I don't know.
Do you do the song where say, yo, she's my cheerleader, man? Wanna say, yo?
Okay.
Yeah, we sing, boy, she's my cheerleader. I don't remember the words of the song, but yeah, remember that song they blew up big in America all over the place. But before him, they do it, and nobody never pay attention to it. In come America, them kind of change the beat a little bit, and the song blew up. You know what I mean? So, I think one of my little that's one of my whole back of not me nobody really know me at Jamaica like that is because me not up on the ground. You know what I mean? Me used to come down there on a more regular basis. But I never music me I come down there. Me used to just come down, you know what I mean? Me youth them come down and we all a vibe and me come back up. I never no music thing.
Okay.
This time was the only time I actually come to Jamaica and I'm in the conscious of the fact say, yo, me I go do some music vibe. You see me? So like Jason, enough people in change the name now to JS Music. I made name him Jason. Halloween I studio I talk about it because every time I used to see music, say, well, go on Jason, my pass on. Till the name stuck on him. You see me I say? And yeah. So now
So it's JS Music now.
JS Music, yeah. Enough people probably know him because he just did a Magnum, he did a Magnum thing the other day. He did a Magnum competition.
Yeah, he was on Magnum Kings and Queens.
Yeah, he did go on good in another competition the other day. So yeah, me come down the other day and me and him link up again and that was such a great chemistry upon a beat and me bring down the so you can say, yo, I go want to do some things for my beat them.
So you have even gone further now outside of writing, you have also gone into the making of beats and stuff.
Yeah, because the reason I mentioned the England thing is because when we come up from England, the youth never want to do no more music with me. Kind of him is like, yo, it's like him did, even though I'm a virgin, but still, I love him to the flight boy, I love him, you know, but I feel like him to getting feelings a little bit just because you don't know, him they just want to keep it in-house. I'm not doing we're not doing no music with nobody. It's nice. So I do that song there over, so him did stop. Make beats and everything for me. I'm calling me now, answer. So that was another break again for like 2-3 years with no music. Timmy say, yo, you can't just sit down and wait. So I buy a laptop. I buy a Apple laptop. I start playing around with GarageBand because you know all Apple products come with a GarageBand thing in it. GarageBand is something you can actually record music on. So I go and start playing around with GarageBand and you know what I mean? After I start playing around with GarageBand till me get a basic understanding of it. Me upgrade to a bigger, which is Logic, you know. So after me upgrade to Logic now, me actually start diving into the beat making thing and say, you know, I'm going to start record more myself. Maybe just take beat off of YouTube still, but then I find out, say, if you take a man beat off of YouTube and you release this song, it's almost like, you know what I mean? And a years, you know what I mean? After the man thing. So me eventually start messing around with beats. And now I'm up on a level where me invest in some software and thing we can, you know. And then me have a bridging now where African youth, where you know what I mean, where him now.
You actually have your own studio?
Yeah. You know, they are something right now. But yeah, I have my own setup. You know what I mean? Then I have a bunch, at first when I start, I just make a bunch of people that come in and just a record, just so we can get the experience of. I never even did a record, to be honest with you, at one point. I did just make people come in so I could get an understanding of how to use the system. And then, you know what I mean? Now I start make some beats and thing where, yeah, man, beat them ready.
Yeah.
Beat them ready.
Yeah. All right, so listen, so you have put plans in place to get your music into mainstream, Jamaica.
Yeah, man. That me work on right now. Me have youth down there right now where me have a couple youth down there right now where I show up a certain spot, you know what I mean, where you know what I mean, me just get a couple songs over to a youth when I mean select upon base of this by a link or somebody say. So there's different little key things like that then. Just setting up different little things in place where people can start here and be like, you know, and then social media too is a good help too. You know what I mean? Social media right now me have decent little, not even in a reach now. I have a little following on IG. I did enter a competition that time and that they give me a little boots and I'm following on IG. And yeah, man. So I just use the IG thing.
You're based in Baltimore.
Yeah, a lot of people say Baltimore, but it's Maryland. But yeah,
Maryland,
I think Baltimore is the most popular place in Maryland. So most time people say Baltimore, you know.
Yeah, but Maryland. But and you perform on the circuit. You perform over there, and I mean, in Maryland, are you known as a Jamaican authentic sounding Jamaican?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, which Jamaican have you performed alongside, like in terms of same concerts over there in Baltimore or in Maryland?
Well, I perform with Sirani. You know what I mean? Me and Sirani do a show together. A Tipsy Wednesday, big up Ricky Platinum. Cranium dip on a show. You know what I mean? Me do a bongo show with Cranium part. Me go on before Cranium actually the show I place. So then Virgo called me upon, which me that says the biggest performance I do over here. Virgo they do a festival in a DC, right by the DC. I think the DC Harbor. And he called me up on stage. You know what I mean? I'm just mixing something with him buns. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? When him done theme song, we just run in and me do a track, Broken Vows, which is actually one of my favorite songs on the EP. Yeah, man. So, you know what I mean? But other than that, though, me have spots in that area where me definitely go perform on a regular basis, you know. Nightly vibe, yeah.
Yeah, and how the people, how the Jamaican audience can listen to your music? Where can they hear your music? Where can they find you? Where can they see you? What is the IG?
It is so many upon this today. So only thing missing after this is the one. No music, not upon it. So right after the KimRychus, there would be a one. The
The
number
number
one.
one.
Yeah, the number one.
That's
Yeah,
the IG.
that's my IG, and that's the most of me do most of me me promoting vibes right now. I don't really do Facebook that much. But you can find me on YouTube, see me on all of the musical platform them. You
So
know what I
that
mean?
is the IG, right?
Yeah,
KimRychus one.
KimRychus one. Yeah, one word. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you can find me on all platform, but I realize that Jamaica can really do Spotify and anything there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Jamaica can really. And that me have to
No.
start taking into consideration, you know, because all that to me realize is a whole back to. Me just realize say, they a lot of the like me post a video on IG and somebody hit me and say, yo, it a show up say no sound. So there is some little laws and things too where depend on where you release your music to.
Live and where you live with Spotify and what, because a lot of Jamaicans don't have access to Spotify.
Yeah. So them like a thing there too, you know, what about the thing. So no, that's what I say, yo, just going down there and up on the ground actually see what go on, see what people listen to music through, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, I think in the next year, 2 years, me put in the work in the next years, 2 years, it's supposed to be a household name and people can say, yo, yeah, man, I know you name Righteous, man. The mother just drop it, Kim and they say Righteous, you know what I
mean? Yeah. You say, but you say your favorite song on the EP is Broken Vows.
Yeah, man, after that, I will put a good song upon the EP, but one of my favorite one upon it is Broken Vows, you know? Yeah.
And if somebody were to ask and say, what kind of artist do you consider yourself? Is a trap artist, dancehall, reggae, ital, roots artist, just multi-dimensional?
Yeah, me that's me is a sing J, but me have such a wide taste in the music. You know what I mean? My father was a man who listened to all hits and some soulful music. Me love the singing vibe, even though I know well for my song, me do well singing in it. So you go find enough songs where I do more a lot of, you know what I mean, a lot of melody vibe in it. Same way. Me love write too and write things that make sense. So you know what I mean? You're not gonna really find all for my song where all that. You're not gonna find all for my song where there's a talking all for foolishness. You know what I mean? It's like it all makes sense. It's me at the end of the day, it all makes sense. I like to stick to a storyline. You know what I mean? And now again, me vibe it a little bit when me just go in front of the mic and turn on the mic and then, you know what I mean? Whatever come and then no, from that me build something. But other than that, I love sit down and pen out my thing and yeah. So yeah, you have a nice like, mixture. You know what I mean? I like having, you're not going no cursing, no cussing, no but I really do the bad word vibe. Yeah.
And what about the people for dead and
No, I'm not upon that. No, I'm not upon that. You know, yeah, I'm not upon that. Just me try to put, as me I say, that's what I like for write. You know what I mean? Because when you write, you can swear you're right and you actually can think about it first. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm not really putting anything in my music. If I sing a girl song, it I tell her, say, you know what I mean? It'll be a relationship vibe. But I say, yo, man, you can build something together. But yeah, man, we'll put good song on the album. It's a song named Something from.
Yeah. Something from Nothing. And you say Broken Vows is your favorite.
Yeah, Broken Vows.
Is that a collab or just you alone?
Just me. But I want there's like a reggae vibe. You know what I mean? It's like a reggae cultural vibe. You know what I mean? So much good song up on the album, dude. You know what I mean? What about good song up on the album? You have Rough Love. What about people love Rough Love? You know what I mean? You have what is the point? It's not Something from Nothing.
But the EP is only available on Spotify though.
No, man, it's on all platforms, man. Even YouTube you can find it, man. Because when you release it through any other platform, them actually make you select where you want them to distribute it to. So like if you use whatever you use, say you know whatever distributor you use, them distribute it to all of the musical platforms.
All right, awesome. So listen, man. So give me a line from one of your favorites, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say yo. You know? All right. So Broken Vows, I say this redder than blood. No for choose hate you rather than love. Tell you them a goal when deep down them a more Judas betrayed Christ with a kiss and a hug. Yeah, now smile in your face later them cut your throat. Set obstacles in your way just to buck your toe. Saying all kind of things just to stop with show darkness couldn't stop with all right then. Married to the game, but the game broke our vows now. Only Jah knows now. Watch the road you walk, you better watch the road you chose now. Are your friends on your foes now? You see me? I love that song because it's like, you see me? I just some real vibe.
Yeah.
You know the vibe.
No, it must have been clash, you know.
People clash me, go on. Go on.
I think push don't try that. You think more and dead. You know man say I have EP. Me
Yeah,
only
man,
have the
you know,
E,
so
bro.
we lyrically inclined, we lyrically inclined, you know the vibe.
Maybe we can bring on the tag boss. Yes, tag boss. What?
Hey, a big artist, you know.
Yeah, man, big up yourself, man. May have got to do something same way, because you have the comedian vibe, so may have got to do
Yeah, man, it's that song they sing.
Yeah.
Me feel that song they act with a girl, you know.
Eh?
Me feel that song they act with a girl, you see it?
Alright.
They pre some whole heap of things when they start sing that song, you know. Whole heap of things come to the man.
Alright, so I'm going to send it come here.
Yeah, man. We just link up on your Instagram too.
Alright, sir. So I'm going to just follow back your thing.
Yeah, so make sure Fresh God, IT push, all of the person watching, make sure you jump over there. See, let me put it up again. KimRychus one and just jump on the Insta and sing. Yeah, but always lyrical. You understand me?
Yeah,
I mean, from the time I know KimRychus never really need a track.
Exactly.
Lyrics, you know. So we know that you can just keep on doing it. You understand me?
So man, give him something, no? Give something, man. Give him something. See have the mic right in front there.
You know, so we don't know song. You man, why not try to show me on the
Alright,
bus,
I bet every time you go on him start drop something.
Yeah,
man,
all the time,
What you joking about? Watch him you go mash them up. Watch him you go mash him up, you know, making laugh. State move mountain that my granny hope was a lie.
Yeah. You know, so you remind me of the words and put that song all the time.
All right.
Yeah, man, like, thanks for having me, brother. You don't know, you know what I mean? I appreciate it.
And I mean, listen, I always tell people that one of the things I really, even while you were doing your own music, you're a part of the person in the the original, the beginnings of Romeo and Virgo, who was there with him when he entered that
Rising Star.
Yeah,
man.
I
Did sign all them thing and all work, so you don't know him the kind of too young for basically sign it, and I'm there watch it. But if I'm come to church actually. I mean, so when we come to Galena Breeze, if I'm come a church and they rock with a few people from Galena Breeze. When we there church with them guys, and then we just go drop them off real quick, and we just go to bomb and shut down I think Ocean, I don't know, Margarita
Island Village.
Yeah, Island Village. So I'm gonna sign the paper and thing and him the too young for basically sign for himself, you see me? His mother did the overseas and thing, and you know what I mean? So I'm a virgin from a long time, and many used to put weight in a jump on like so and just you know what I mean? If you get the echo and the reverb out of the jump on, I would just vibe, you know what I mean? So I'm a virgin from a long time.
Yeah, man. Listen, so where the people can find the music again on Spotify and iTunes,
any digital platform, YouTube. I just start put them on spot on SoundCloud. You can realize a lot of people use SoundCloud. So I start put them on SoundCloud, and SoundCloud is a free thing where people can listen to music freely, isn't it? Because they don't know.
Yeah, and Tag Boss Unseen is in the street, you know. I mean, like I said, he's always in the street, doing stuff.
Tag Boss, the link, man.
Yeah, good person to get it over in
everything. Just make sure you tag me in everything.
Yeah, man, Tag Boss, you know you go.
Yeah,
that girl in the post.
Hey, so there you have it, people. Jamaican-born, American-based recording artist KimRychus passing through.
Yeah.
Please remember, go and follow him. So you realize that it's not only footballers sometimes who have a difficulty breaking into the Jamaican marketplace, even for artists. And he told you about the difficulties in that. You have to actually be on the ground to understand how the game is and what is required, or else you're probably going to get left out. So we're wishing you all the best. Listen, like I say, a year from now, a couple years from now, we're hoping to see you on Billboard, hoping to see you and maybe some the bigger platforms out here, you know what them call it, on stage with
Winfred Williams. Enough time
yeah.
And I answer Winfred, man. But I say, so you know, Mr. Winfred, man. I mean, so you know, we already are practicing that way already. But yeah, man, bless up. I go there. I go and watch the show. You know.
Yeah, man. IG live the boss fun.
Yeah, man.
Balakar. Yeah, man.
Tag
Oh,
boss.
you're live on IG.
Oh.
Him live now on IG.
Who?
Yeah, man.
The artist.
Oh, you're live now on IG. On the IG.
Yeah, man.
Oh, so okay, so that's what Balakar. All right, big up Balakar. So people, make sure you go on the IG. Stefan, right? All of you guys, go over there and just all of you watching right now, make sure you go over there and just follow right now. You understand me? I am sure. Yeah, man.
I am sure sports. One thing me sure about. When me say sure, that mean me not doubt.
Check it over here. Talk boss in the building. Tell them.
No, hey, give them something else before you leave them, man. Leave with something else. You have to give us two. You have to give us two verses, man. Give me 2 verses or something, man.
Yeah, man. You put up on the spot and one thing. Let's go follow the page, man. Go follow the page.
People don't want to hear something.
Make them follow the page, man.
Yeah. Who want to hear something?
See all the fresh. Give the people them something, man. Give one of the girl song them, man.
No, man. Maybe give something. So.
What is IG?
Somebody that's more time say, yo, so what the plan of the music? I'm say, them ask me what the plan. Yeah, the plan is to be great. Learn not to break the bridges. Yeah, before me cross the lake. Been tugging all my life. Now it's time to take a break. Study the game, pass the test. Now me need a raise up here. Can't do it to Marcus Garvey for me back with all the slave. Listening to Bob Marley, Peter Touch and Burning Spear. We sat Ilang Gully ride, going down memory lane. But I keep his memories close, gaining strength from my pain. You see me? You don't know. Keep the memory close.
Hey, are you a teach man, you know? Are you a teach man, you know? And they're quiet. Are you give man some lyrics?
Let me teach you.
Yeah, man. Bless up, man. You see me?
So what's the IG?
Yeah, man. Much love. All right, bless up, KimRychus. All the best to you, man. Yeah, carry. All right, then.
All right, boss. Lick me up.
Yeah, man.
Hey, people, see, there you have it. You understand me? That's how we start our show today. You understand me? Good introduction to the JPL show. Big thank you to KimRychus. People, hit up the like button. Remember, go and follow him over there on IG. You understand me? Yeah, man, all of you. Go and check him out and show him some love over there. All right, Unseen. Yeah, man, let me see if I can find out what is the score.
On the scene.
Yeah, you're on the scene. Let me see if I can find out what is the score. Yeah, man, what is the score over there? We're going to see if we can. So you're looking forward to the JPL this weekend, sir? What game you're looking forward to in the JPL?
I think the Arnett game.
First, let us recap last week games.
Right.
All right, because very, very, I think disappointing result for Dumbeholden. I mean,
right. Very disappointing.
I sent Mr. Christie the link and him don't jump on the stream yet.
Where my wait man?
He said that it was a hard pill to swallow. You understand me? Because
but him may say I live with it.
That's what I'm saying. So for those of you who don't know the results, I mean, I think we had 4 red cards. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 games, and 4 red cards were distributed over the 4 games. So what were the results? Tivoli Gardens 3, Mullines 1, Vere United 0, Portmore 0, Humble Lion 0, Harborview 0, and 9 men Arnett Gardens defeat league leaders, our previous league leaders, Dumbeholden, by 1 goal to 0. The point standings. No, I will just give you the top 6. Waterhouse lead with a better goal average. They're on 39 points. Same as Dumbeholden, who are in second place on 39. But guess what? Waterhouse has played a game less. As you know, they were away in the Caribbean Club Championship. Arnett Gardens are now in third on 35 points. Mount Pleasant fourth on 31. Cavaliers are fifth on 27 points. Tivoli have been climbing steadily of the table. They are in 6th place on 25 points. Harbour View comes up next in 7th place on 24 points. Humble Lion on 18. Portmore 17. Veer 16. Moulins 4. And Mobile United at the bottom of the table. They are there on 6 points. I think the race for the top 6, especially that 5th and 6th position, is going to go down to the wire. I think the top 4 have separated themselves for the most part, but from 5th to around 9th, I think there's going to be some stiff competition right there. So that is what the point standing are like. We can look at the games for this weekend. The Down Beholden were supposed to take on Cavaliers. That game has been postponed. The Waterhouse Harbourview game has also been postponed. Clarendon will be happy unseen. The first game, well, Humble Lion, big up to the people at Effortville. Because the game, Fresh God, you get a game in your parish, you on CC.
Watch it.
On top 10. Right? Yeah, because Humble Lion and Veer will be playing in the Clarendon Derby. I don't know. I see this. I like how Humble Lion has been playing. Veer has also looked good. I don't know. What do you think on scene based on what you have been seeing? What are your predictions?
I think Humble Lion will win this derby. But one thing I know, when Veer playing in Clarendon, they step up the game a notch. The last time they beat Iron Gardens 1 Love down there. So for me, I think, but I think Humble Lion really playing better football. Both areas of the game, defensive and attacking. And I think they will get the job done. Either they win the game or they get a point out of it.
Okay. Yeah. Big up Crazy R TV. Yeah, man. Big up. Good youth. Crazy R TV. Fresh God is saying this is the second game in Clarendon. Yes, it is, but this is the first game at Effortville. This home of Humble Lion, and he's predicting Humble Lion will be 1-0 winner. Yeah, I don't see more than one. This is either going to be 1-0 or 0-all. That's it. So because it's a home game for Humble Lion, I would give them the I don't know. I feel like they will come out of this on top. All right. Our next big game will be played at Draxall. It's a 3:00 game. I think this one is going to be very interesting. Big up Eagle Republic, saying that as per usual, I am late again. Very Jamaican of me. Anyway, I took a look at the Catalonian squad that was released yesterday and it broke my heart. I hope Hall brings his belt. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, the Catalonia, I want to know how, well, and this is why it's an unofficial friendly, because the players, even when they play for Catalonia, they can still represent Spain. Yeah, you understand me? They can still represent Spain. So I don't know how that works. So they're not really, I don't know if that means that they can, because they don't play World Cup qualifiers and those things. So yeah. Yeah. So yep. So yeah, man. So that is the Humble Lion versus Veer. The next big game is Mount Pleasant versus Tivoli Gardens at Draxall. Now this game is going to be a good game. If you look at the point standing, Tivoli needs to win to keep pushing into the top 6, and Mount Pleasant need to win. Now, the one thing I think is going to affect Tivoli, I think the defender that I rate highly there, he was red carded in their last game. Penny Cook,
yeah.
Yeah. And I think he's going to be missed.
Yeah. Yeah, put up difference. He make a difference in the team when
Huge
defending.
difference because Steve Wright and the captain Barrington Price, very good defenders, but I think they're older, so they are slower.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I think what happened, they take out Steve Wright out of midfield, who normally plays with Dasher, Satchel in the middle of the park to give some solidity there, and he goes back to centre back that weakens their midfield and make their defense slow. I think the fact that Mount Pleasant was also out of action has given them some time as well to
True.
prepare and get ready. Because remember, they didn't play in the game last week, so I think coming from the rest, I know that Stewart may not be ready, but Fletcher may be ready, right? That's Chevron Stewart, who had a hamstring injury in the last Mount Pleasant game. But this game is always contentious and competitive.
But what my problem with the league is that whenever somebody get injured, it's like you don't hear it out there and like it's not there. Like, these things that we are talking about, the professionalism in the sports in Jamaica. We don't know these things like Chevron Stewart got an hamstring problem. What great hamstring problem? Is he going to come in back 3 weeks? Stuff like that. We need these
Yeah.
things in Jamaica.
Yeah, I think the clubs need to have. I think it's really the clubs who need to have their websites up and running, so that these things can be seen on their website. I think that is what is required, what is necessary at this point. Also, then after that, so that's Mount Pleasant. I'm predicting Mount Pleasant are going to score. This is the last game as well for for the players who have been called up. You know what is strange though? I don't know. Like Tivoli players, I think Pennycook is the last Tivoli player to be called to the national team.
Yeah.
Is it that they don't have any? It wasn't very great. They have a very good forward. What is his name again? Very good forward. I mean, down there as well. But nonetheless, I am going to go with Mount Pleasant for the win in this one. Very competitive, and I think it's going to be 1-1, and a late goal is going to be scored to give them the victory.
Yeah, Malik Mills. I think the clubs them need apps to show. You download the app for Tivoli. You see the players then. You see a lot of stuff. Who is injured, who is out, who is going to play, who is ready. See some training clips, stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Big up Dre Anyways of Sports, the Harbour View man in the building. Harbour View resting this week though, Dre. They're not playing any game. And then the Monday night games, we'll see Portmore playing Mobile United. Lee Croft Letman versus Philip Williams. And the second game will be Moline versus Arnett Gardens. I think that is going to be a high-scoring game. I think like Molines are going to score and Arnett are going to score. I could see this game ending 4-2 in favor of Arnett. What say you,
By
Anson?
man is man. I don't think if Mullines are scoring, they're gonna score a one goal. But I'm sure Arnett I got beat them back.
Really? I don't really.
Yeah, man.
I don't
The
think so.
Mullines defense is very poor.
I will tell you this. Yeah, but Nicholas Nelson,
Yeah.
Mullines combination players going forward, very, very impressed with them.
I don't think.
Stephen Barnett, yeah, man. Stephen Barnett is a good forward at Tivoli Gardens.
Yeah, nice player.
Nice forward. So, yeah. Hey, so man is not even predicting when in the game the goal will be scored. I just said late in the game, Mr. Doctor. Late in the game. Can't give you the exact time, but I feel late in the game. But yeah, so the Monday night games, Portmore versus Mobile. Yeah, I like if Mobile don't get a point from this game, they're not getting no more points for the rest of the season. If they don't win this game. If they don't win this game, they're not going to win any more games this season.
They man big up military going on.
Yeah, you understand me? What is this? Unseen. If the U20 JPL players don't perform well, you will no longer be allowed to video any training session or practice games. What that mean? What that mean?
I don't know, you know. Explain
Military
yourself.
going, yeah.
Reggae ball, reggae on the ball, or reggae ball.
I'm not
Explain
sure.
that. Not sure. What you coming off? What you mean?
Yeah. Military jump on the street, no man, because military is one of those man who cover a lot of the JPL. You know. Man in this man says, I am not sure if it is just me, but why are our local goalkeepers so heavy? The goalkeeper and Waterhouse starting keeper carry a lot of, the two Waterhouse keeper, they have a lot of weight. Listen, all right, so let me say this, right? I believe that Kemar Foster coming to this season was one of the better goalkeepers. But watching him last night, I was very disappointed.
Man, the Cavaliers keep on only for weight.
But he's not a Jamaican.
No, I say no only for weight.
Yeah, but he's not Jamaican.
It's a Cavaliers and what? Oh, starting.
So the Cavaliers and Watto starting, but who started? Jaden White. Jaden White. He's talking. Jaden White is heavy.
Jaden White is heavy.
Oh, you mean, man? Really, you know what? Look at Jaden White. He's not as heavy as the Waterhouse goalkeepers. Yeah, but who the best goalkeeper in the league right now? All right, unseen. Is actually Vino Barkley.
St. Lucian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's leading the Golden Glove, and who is second?
Amal Knight.
So as much as we criticize Amal Knight, so let's look at it. So you have Vino Barkley, right? Games played, but the truth is, right now, Damian Hyatt is the best of them all because he has played the most games.
Yeah, but look at his stats.
Because
his stats.
0.94.
Right, but
so he would be ahead of Amal Knight. It's just because he has played more games.
He played 17 games, you know.
Yeah,
and
but
you only have 6 clean sheets. So he can't be there.
Yeah, but what our games played clean sheets? He has 6.
6.
All right.
Well,
but he has played
7.
more. But Amal Knight has played less games.
Right.
So the fact that Amal Knight only have 50% clean sheet, think they have a better. But I'm saying that we probably have to wait until they get to 17 games.
How much game leave in the competition?
4. Dennis Taylor, for example, only play 11 games.
Well, 4 games for this round done, and then I'm going to the playoff.
Yeah, because the thing is that, all right, when you look at, well, yeah, because 16 goals, I think there's conceding. Amal Knight is really conceding 1 goal per game.
But if you look at goal conceding, Vino Barkley would be the best in terms of goal conceding.
Yeah, but what? True. Yeah, he is the best. He is the best.
16 goals scored per Hyatt. Right? 16 goals scored per Hyatt. So goals per game is 0.94. So it
yeah, Vino Barkley, yeah. Amal Knight is
all right, so Damon would be second then.
Damon, that's what I said, because Amal Knight has 14 goal games, 14 goals conceded. And I'm saying that Damon Hyatt played 17 games and conceded 16 goals.
Yes.
So
and it's less than less.
He have a very small edge over? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 0.94. Amal has 1 goal per game scored on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah. But Damon would be second in terms of the Golden Glove race. But man, look how everybody's saying that Eric Edwards, but Look at where he is.
Yeah, but here's the thing now. All right, so this is why you see when you come on to goalkeeping, we have to look at other factors. I think because here's the problem: Eric Edwards has one of the poorer defense, and gun defense is not good enough.
Not the best.
They are not good. So I see maybe we need to look at saves, like who have the most saves. Yeah. This his access to the team will be revoked. Word on the street unseen that you don't want the 8 UK players to come and take the spots of JPL players. I hope say are not true unseen.
Reggae ball. We are talking about reggae ball. I want the best players to play, but you must strike a balance. That's simply my thing.
All right, so Travis is down there on the ground saying that Jamon Bartley has scored for the U20s and they are leading the Westmoreland team by 1-0 at halftime down there at the Landila Sports Complex in Westmoreland.
So here's it again, man. A player from Chapelton in Jamaica score.
Chapelton?
The Chapelton Maroons.
Oh. Chapelton is in Clarendon now.
Right.
Malik is saying the championship this year will be between Mount Pleasant and Cavaliers. I don't know. Where Mr. Speed? I need Mr. Speed to come because I don't see how Cavaliers make the final this year still, in my opinion. King Job says 5. Portmore 5, Moby 0.
Hey, you think
What
you
about
can beat
this?
Moby again?
What
So
about
Moby
this?
go for them assistant coach and I use him. Two them try with Arnie.
Which assistant coach? Oh, yeah.
Oh, remember that.
Ambers will start playing now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the performance of Moby has proven that them being promoted to the JPL was a mistake? Well, that could be true, but would Wadada have fared any better? I think that would be the question.
Hey, reggae ball. Hey, easy, They come ask them big picture there and big question there.
Stephen Barnett, 2020. Man, we used to call him a Calabar boy. Used to sell beer, $20 things. Them expel him. And the man go Heidel and come score brace pun. We are Redills Road. Fire blank. Half of the fans them. Man got expelled from Calabar and go yeah. Big up me mouth. He's a good forward though.
Man score a brace for them, man.
It is almost as if our local coaches do not pay attention to our. You know what is funny though? Like I said to people, we're coming out of an era where we had like Andre Blake, who again from Jamaica. Ricketts was a good one.
Ricketts, Lawrence.
No man, Aaron Lawrence, those guys were older. You have the other one who was in the Miller.
Yeah, you have Sayers too. Sean
Sayers. Yeah. And I mean, it has really the goalkeeping.
You have McCallum.
Yeah, but McCallum never really keep for Jamaica. I'm talking about the ones
McCallum keep for Jamaica. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, man. No, man. What I'm talking about when McCallum was there, it's really Ricketts and Blake, man. They may get game. I'm talking about those who were consistently keeping for Jamaica. McCallum is a good. Spoon is a good. Before who?
Before Blake.
Spoon is a good goalkeeper, but yeah. I think Military Gunnar saying the save percentage is important. I think the same thing that Dre is saying. Yeah. Did they not outplay Moby? That is for you unseen.
Well, the game finished 2-2, so I don't know. I didn't watch the game. But I was using the score to send a message. The game finished 2-2.
Yeah. Yeah. So Travis, keep giving us the update and what is happening down there. what I'll say is that listen, and as it relates to this whole under 20 thing, I think the squad needs some players. I think the squad needs some players. We need to get some players to add to the players that we have. There's a player, Anthony, you have some noise in your background. There's a player there called Zion Scarlett. Very, very good player. He's at Columbus. Very good player. There is also Makwan Beadle. There are some good players who are not local players, They are from the States, but I guess sometimes I don't know if people don't appreciate that. We're gonna have Mr. Speed and Mr. Christie. We're trying to find Mr. Christie. Anthony, what you think we should call Mr. Christie and ask him about the game?
Yeah, man, call him ask him.
I remember last week when I was saying it, how the man was carrying on, man.
Yes.
You think I should call him? All right. Well, we're gonna make a call to Mr. Christie over there at Dunbeholden, because every week he comes on to the show except this week. So so let me call Mr. Christie, hear what he's up to. We need to hear from you, Mr. Paul Christie.
You call him, you get him.
Yes, sir.
Is this Mr. Paul Christie from Dunbeholden FC?
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I am doing well, Mr. Christie, man. This is Management from I Am Sure Sports. I am sure that you plan on coming on today.
Yes, sir. What time you say again? All right. I'll be joining him right away, sir. Right away.
Right away, sir. Because
the meeting make him figure out everything.
because people are saying that is a beating make you forget everything,
Well, I'll be adding less than a minute, sir.
All right, then. Yeah, so
He must defend himself still, because he's running. Why am I tell you? So you're not get through to Mr. Speed.
Yeah, man. No, man. Mr. Speed is going to be jumping on shortly, because we need to find out what went wrong with Cavaliers over there in the Caribbean Club Championship, just to hear from him about how the players are feeling, having been knocked out.
Man is man, when the man send right message, they want to tell you exactly what you're going to do, Oh, him know something you're going to do that. Reggae ball. Reggae ball is easy at all. I said, we're going to play 4-4-2 if me was under 20 coach. And play a long ball.
Chris Wayne says, I sent you up top. Where is it now? Let me see if I can find it. Pessa, please keep us up to date with the score and what changes are being made down there, I don't see it, Chris Wayne. Oh, it looks like he's at training. Mr. Speed.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. You look like you're not in Jamaica, man.
No, I'm not in Jamaica.
Oh, you're not coming. No, you can come back, man. It's all right, man. Not because you lose. You can still come home, man. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you for accepting me. If it's up to some people, they don't want me to come back.
No, you're welcome, man. I mean, we don't do that kind of thing to our citizens, You
It's
are.
a Speed. Or come back home, man.
Respect, thanks.
Yeah, man. Talk to us. I mean, give us a quick overview, your thoughts on your team performance over there at the club.
Well, I think looking at all the games, we play the best the first half. Sorry, the first half in the final game, that was the best performance by any team. We had Sibo favorite to win the title, 2 goals, 2-0 in the first half. I think we were like flawless. I mean, we could have been up like even about 4-0. I think that was the highlight. Everybody over here commended us. They realized the troubles that we had gone through. And, afterwards, the organizers, they all WhatsApp me and say, boy, we understand. It's a pity, you go through so much things. Because remember, we're leading 2-0. They brought on all the top players at halftime. They scored against us, go 2-1. We scored back to go 3-1. And then we let it go. We couldn't refresh the team properly. 1 and 2, we got a red card, and there is a lot of goalkeeping errors. So I am not unhappy. Everybody said they respected us the way we fight. We were down 8 persons out of our party at 25. 3 of the officials and 5 players. So, and then our captain Ming had to come off in the same game after we were leading 2-0. So there was a lot of issues that we couldn't get over. We couldn't pass the hurdle.
Okay. When do you come back home? Because you see the people them say, boy, your football teaches somebody run off now because you find a new team in Dominica. Cavaliers Dominica. That's what they said the team is named now.
Well, because we charter the flight, we really have to wait on the house. So they're playing on Sunday. So, so both of us will come back on the same flight. So that's really what it's them we're really waiting on.
Oh, they're playing the 3rd and 4th game.
You don't know where they do. Yeah, so we're waiting on them because it's the same flight we're coming back on. No, but when it comes to Jamaica, nobody, me not left Jamaica, man. Like, no care what me not left Jamaica. We go abroad and stay for a while and love it, but Jamaica our home, can't leave it.
Okay. I mean, do you believe if you were able to carry, say, 4 more players, you would have probably performed better? Or, do you think that? Because it appears like those issues that, and you had 3 starters, you bet a goalkeeper, you like Duxley, who didn't feature in the tournament, Rochester, who didn't feature in the tournament, Colin Anderson. Anderson.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, 4 of them would have been persons who would have been instrumental. But I mean, and then Ming got injured in the game and had to come off after leading 2-0. So it's just a myriad of problems. Because remember, in one of the games we had conceded 1 goal less, we would have gone through to the second round. So that was how close it was for us to go through.
Okay.
Sorry, Speed.
Hold on unseen. Because we have an ex gentleman on the stream who have way more problems than you.
Not a problem, man. In the second night Premier League.
Well, he was second best in your last game, playing against 9 men for almost 40 minutes. So, Mr. Christie, talk to us about that.
Well, what can I say? Good evening again. The truth of the matter, I'm not into making excuses. I from Tivoli game, I've seen a few things creeping up in the camp, and they have wholeheartedly manifested themselves towards the back end of the Tivoli game.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes. Towards the back end of Tivoli's Gardens game and took through the entire 90 minutes of Arnett Gardens game. So it's not a surprise to me. It's heart-wrenching though, but we are aware of what is happening, and instead of going out every day and just behaving as if nothing has happened, we took a holistic approach. We sat with the gentlemen, and they are aware. They own it up, and you should see some better showing for the remainder of the fixtures.
Well, I think you're gonna be because your game would have been against Cavaliers. So it look like you have a very tough running to the back end of the tournament. No, it's not a good time to.
I'm not tough running. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I want him to tell him, don't make sure you finish second, at least second. I can see you got some issues if you don't finish second.
I am aware of what is happening, man. I am aware of what is happening.
Right.
We are totally aware of what is happening at the over by the bowling. And guess what? we will rebound and come again. It's our third loss for the season. However, the manner is one that's for concern. But there are,
of course you will.
Let me be frank with us.
No, you don't have to be Frank, man. Just be Paul.
Yeah. We see some indiscipline and selfishness start creeping in the structure that Sir Thomas would have spent so much sleepless night to create, and we attack it front and center and highlight them. We did not beat around the bush, and sometimes in a season, you don't want this type of performance to be in the final because there will be no coming back from there. So we still have time to get it right. The good thing about it, the men, most of the culprits, if not all of them, they are aware of what is happening and they own it up. And I think it's a good it looked good going forward because it's nothing it's nothing that we are not aware of. We are aware of it. Trust me, we are aware of it. I will spoke at length of it for the entire evening. Come Tuesday evening, we allow them to rest and regroup and reset their buttons on Monday. On Tuesday, instead of training, we sat and have an open and honest discussion, and it was good. The men, they own up to what has happened, and going forward, we should be okay.
Your head coach is back
No.
now? Okay.
No, our coach is still not back as yet.
Man, I think that's one of the problems,
Yeah, I think that is the problem. The coach is not there.
Yeah.
I was going to say that to him. I think since the coach has left, they have looked different.
Yeah. And hearing some things from the player, it really is a problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so let me just state this. Mr. Speed, somebody's asking, please ask Mr. Speed today and put this topic. No. Mr. Speed, if the Cavaliers and Waterhouse players who are involved in the Catalonia game are already on their way to Catalonia.
Was there the Cavalier players though?
Yeah, I think KimRychus Campbell. I think KimRychus Campbell is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I know a two from Waterhouse.
Speed that year, you know.
Yeah, I'll wait until he comes back. Mr. Speed, you're muted.
Oh, you hearing me now?
Yeah, we're hearing you now. So somebody's Eagle Republic.
You hearing me now?
If they are, yeah, man, yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm. We hear me clearly now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. No, the players are here still. The players have not left. They're here.
Oh, so okay, so but they're going to join up with them at some point though. Because they're not coming back to Jamaica. They're not coming back to Jamaica to then leave.
Well, I don't know the detail yet because I don't know the details yet. So I have to just wait.
Okay.
I'm going to come in on the computer here, so look out.
All right then. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, but Mr. Chris, listen. So I think that is the problem with Dunby Holden right now. The coach, the absence of the coach, is affecting the team. Yeah. So I don't know how you're going to resolve that because the coach is not here. So I think you need him back before, because I think it is important that you finish first or second. Because you see that playoff
What happened to
business,
your coach? What happened to him, coach?
Of course,
he
has
has
been
not been
away
here for a
for in
couple of
excess of
weeks.
3 years. For 3 weeks, sorry. For the last 3 weeks, and I could have seen it. We the team tried to keep their identity in Mount Pleasant's game. However, you could have seen the indiscipline creeping up in Tivoli Gardens game, and uh, it went totally sideways in Onyx Gardens game. So from the moment Sir Thomas took the plane, we were having an impact. And I'm not gonna sit here and make any excuses, however, because I know the identity of the team when he's here, and I could have seen that the identity was gradually changing as soon as he was not on the bench, and that actually is a fact, though.
Okay, so is the coach coming back, Mr. Christie?
Yes, he is coming back. I don't have a specific date right now. However, we are trying to work on getting him back before the semi-final round. So
He's
we are
not
we
coming
are
back
we,
until the semi-final.
no, we are trying to get him back before the semi-final round.
That does sound like you sure.
Yes. So
No,
like,
there are some things that is out of both us and his control. So we have to just be waiting for a document from the US uh, for him to be able to travel.
Well, let's hope Murphy's Law don't catch up.
Which one of them?
Murphy's Law.
Whatever will go wrong will go wrong. Yeah.
whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Well, one thing I can say, I'm going to look at the converse. Whatever can go right will go right with us.
Well, that
All
is
right.
the Paul Christie law.
All right, so
Yeah.
let me jump back to Mr. Speed. I mean, I was very disappointed. I mean, you said the second game you played well, but even Waterhouse, I think I was disappointed in what I saw from Waterhouse last night in their game. I mean, not because I don't think the team is a quality team, but I don't know, but I just felt like there was a lot of long long ball. I mean, it just how they were playing never made sense to me. You would have watched the game. You were there. I mean, were there other dynamics that affected them? Because they have always seemed with Cavaliers, two of the teams who possess the ball a whole lot in our league, but we never saw that for the most part from your team and the Waterhouse team. Especially, I think this is the worst Waterhouse game that I have seen in a very long time.
You know, I'm not going to comment on Waterhouse, though. So maybe better ask Unseen Sports comment. I just know that in our case, when we took the test the 13th. We didn't know of results until the 14th. So we were like disjointed about what was going to happen, who was going to play. So we know we played awful in the first game. I mean, we still managed to score 2 goals, and it was really 2 goalkeeper errors, but we just never settled down. In the second game, I know that we were very good. Cibao is the strongest team in the competition. We had 64% of the possession in the first half. But when we reached the second half, as I said, I mean, we were leading 3-1 up to about 67 minutes. But that red card, Ming had to come off. We just never have any reinforcement, because all we had was offensive players on the bench and young offensive players. So we started to make those changes. Then Busy had to come off and Webster had to come off. So a lot of our firepower had to come off because they were injured.
What do you think about when you compare the conditioning of the Jamaican players? Do you think they need to be physically stronger or physically fitter?
They could be stronger, but I don't know if it's on fitness. If you look at the games in the Waterhouse game, I mean, the goal that was used to equalize, just like the goal that was used to equalize against us, was really bad defending. We were leading the first team 1-0, and then a player just fell over when the ball was coming to him, and that was 1-0. If you look at the Waterhouse first goal, the ball went through the goalkeeper foot from probably about from a long way out, right through his foot. So they were just really bad defending on both the teams' part. I don't know if if when we reached had something to do with it in terms of liquor preparation time, because we were just there a couple of days before. In the second game after we settled on, we were able to play much better. I said we had 64%. We knocked the ball. The first goal was 15 passes we make. But in the second half, we just didn't have enough. And then we made goalkeeper errors, blunders right through too. So I wouldn't have said these were superior team. I think we just wasn't prepared mentally enough, not physically, to take apart this team. But on talent, if they had come to Jamaica, it wouldn't even be a competition. I don't think it would have gone. Both of us would have gone to the final and would have been okay.
Okay, how are the players who were out? Are they doing better now? Have they recovered?
Yeah, man, is man, they recover, you know. We see them post up, so them COVID free toward the ball.
Okay.
But Bartlett and Doxley. The speed now.
It's a speed.
Come on, ask me that question, you know.
Did the player took a second test after the first test that came out positive?
In freeze up.
Because why I ask this question? After 2 days, you're COVID negative again.
I think Mr. He's frozen. So, all right. You heard the question, Mr. Speed? Go ahead, Mr. Christie.
I'm saying, no, man. I'm asking if the players took a second COVID test.
Look, since you come over
after the first one came negative.
Yeah. But,
positive. Sorry. After the first one came positive.
They were still positive. They couldn't play in the second game. I remember the rule too. Even if you get a negative, you have to get 2 negatives. So the game was just too close for them to take part in the second game. But they did get another positive, so it didn't work out at all. Because remember, we got 2 negative before we left Jamaica, right? One was on Saturday and the other one was on Tuesday. Then we leave on the Friday. So most likely they would have caught the virus after the second test. Although you could have catch it before, but most likely it's after the second test. So, for young fit players, it takes probably about 5-6 days to wash through the system. So it was just not enough time for it to wash through the system.
What are your takeaways from a tournament like this with your young team, Mr. Speed?
Now, when I learned, you look here. I thought the planning and everything went very well. There's a lot of planning that we had to do. I did warn the players before they left that, look here, you're not ordinary people. You need to wear a mask. You need to protect yourself. Actually, all 4 players came from one location. They lived together. So that where that happened. So the other players took care of themselves pretty well. All of them live in one location where it happened. So that is it's like they were at the player's house and then all of them, they give it to each other. So if ever again, I think that is what we had to look out for more than anything else, because I know if we had those players, we would have gone through easily to the second one. It wouldn't be even a problem for us to go through. So regardless of if we look unfit as fresh, we would say this fresh God or if we didn't play well, I know we have gone through. So that is one of the takeaway. But another
thing, Mr. Speed. Fresh can go ahead and find out that you look unfit, but he's not taking into consideration the turnaround time with a small squad. If 5 to 6 of your players would have been out, you have less numbers to rotate with, and I can tell you that is a factor. That is a real factor.
15 players for the second game. I only had 15 players for the second game.
And most of those players would have played the first game already. And in a 2-game, a high competitive game over a 2-day period, is not enough time to recover. So
and funny enough, 5 of the players were players that we just brought, young players for experience. One player, he played his first game for Cavalier over here, never played for Cavalier before. So I think when we went to the Gotia Cup couple years ago, about 3 years ago, expensive, and we look, but we learn a lot. That is the same team that come back and basically win the Premier League. People don't even realize that is happening. We got to go to a cup 2 times and the same players come back and win the Premier League. So this now is just a springboard for us to move on. So yeah, we learn a whole heap of things, learn a lesson. But now the players now will have an appreciation of what international football look like.
Yeah, Unseen, you go ahead and ask a question.
All right, Sir Speed, you there? Freeze again every time I'm asking the question.
Yeah, you mustn't ask JT question. Every time you're supposed to ask it, it freeze.
Him come back now. Like him come back.
Yeah. JT, your question will cause me problems, you know.
Why is one? Go and run through it. When him come back, I ask him. Let's go and run through because some nice information I said, you know.
Huh?
Some information nice. I said in the comment section you can tell the people.
That what Pesa is saying?
Yeah. And Romario Lawrence.
Yeah, man. Pesa is saying that Romario Lawrence Brown is in an academy in Germany. That's a former States player at the moment, right? He came on and scored one of the goals. He just came back. All right, Mr. Speed is back Unseen.
No, see him though.
You're not seeing him. Something wrong with
Yeah,
your
sorry. So right.
I'm just come back.
Frozen again.
Yeah, me said the internet of Dominican is 100.
I think I saw.
Reggae ball easy, you know. Reggae ball easy.
I think I saw where fresh
So you can put up the goal scorer, man. 2 goals him score so far.
Yeah, we're not tell him already. Barkley.
And Brown score 1 now.
And yeah, we put up that already. I'm trying to get Peso's comment about the player from Phoenix, former Phoenix player, Big Nell. Yeah, because he did say that Big Nell looked good in the game. Where is it, Peso? There he says Ryan Brown, Aldridge, Duncan McKenzie, Bartley, Bennett in goal. Not familiar with the rest of the players. Okay. So he's kind of giving us some of the players who are playing in that U20 game. Don't worry, people. We are going to have we're gonna have some clippings for you at some point. Here you go. Oh, Mr. Speed is back now Unseen. Yeah, go ahead and ask a question before it chips out again. The internet is bad over there, Mr. Speed, man.
As usual, yeah, it's a feature over here.
First, all right. So the first question, Sir Speed, is how good is the surface is. The next thing is you had a player in the first game that you had a miserable time playing defense. That's Mr. Leng. And the second game he had a miserable time again. But you saw this in his game from the first match. What was your approach? Talking to him, telling him that you guys can qualify CM and stuff to try to get his mindset into the game, because those tackle you may get away with those tackle in Jamaica Premier League, but in an international game you won't.
Right. So first, the pitch is decent, but our technical center pitch is much better. I mean, it's something that we have to be proud of. Yes, he had a third game, and we thought about not playing him in the second game. But then one more player went down with COVID, so we were short again. So we had to go with him. So I thought he did fairly well in the first half. He didn't do anything rash. But in the second half, his concentration went and he got the red card. So, I mean, he has always been a decent player for us. And I've always said it, that the referee in Jamaica, they are a part of the development of the game. They should ensure that the standard remain the same right through whenever we're in Jamaica, because I've seen the same referee refereeing abroad and how good they are. So they need to, believe that they're a part of the game in Jamaica and help with the development. So those tackles, if they were being made in Jamaica, they should be off just the same. They should get the card. So I have no problem with what the referee did. It's the right call. It's just that, Leng had gotten a card like a couple minutes before and then a yellow card and then came back and got another one. So, that is one of the things that really cost us the game. But we didn't have much choice. In the first game, somebody mentioned that we were not passing the ball. Yes, because we changed. You see, people, what you have to understand is that the other goalkeeper would have normally started. Is the goalkeeper who's going to roll the ball to King every time. And we start build from the back. The other goalkeeper kick it downfield. So there's a difference in just how the game construct because of the difference in goalkeepers. And then, of course, we didn't have our other central midfielder. We had to start with only one. So that type of knocking, we just never have it flowing the way we wanted. We even had to change the strikers because, as you know, Colin would have started instead. We had to put Busy and Webster was two midfielders. So that is why the first game was so disjointed. The second game, once we were able to sit down and go through everybody's duties and they changed, then the second game was much better. We couldn't do anything. We had to start playing because we just didn't have the personnel. We had to put Gadai Irving, who could have started in the same position. For remember, Rochester is the person who plays that position too, and he was off. We had to put him in midfield. So we just had to take the gamble based on what we have. On the bench, we didn't have another defensive player. So that was what happened.
But did you talk to him before the game, like just reason with him?
Just before the game, we were the second game. We were prepared properly. We trained. We talked through the thing more than once. We look at videos. We were prepared properly for the second game. The problem with the first team in Violet is that we have never seen them play before. Never. That was really the problem. While the second team is a whole different thing. We watch them play more than once. See them play. We watch videos with them play. So we were very prepared for them. But as I say, with short staff, there's nothing you can do in a short staff. You just have to use what you have and hope for the best. And he was good until about 66 minutes or 65th minute.
Just look away. When I watch the game and you lead 3-1 and I say, yes, man is one. So this look like Cavaliers going to the second round and then boom, 3-2 goal, heartbreaking.
The first goal was really heart-wrenching because it was a nothing kick. That the reflection, nobody ran back. The slowest man on the pitch reached it first and kicked it in the goal. The second one, as they know, we just thought that we could have done much better defensively. So, it's gone. There's nothing we can do about it. We came out with our head high still based on that game alone. But we know that is a learning process. So, I miss my friend, Mr. Christie. Is him that still? I come back and him have some buckles because it's like how we come here now, we really want to come back again. I know Mr. Christie want to come too.
Now you're a man, man.
How is Christopher Pearson? Because he pulled up in the game. Is he still affected by the injury that he had?
Well, remember, him have an injury him carrying. When carried to the end of the season, he didn't want to operate on it until the end of the season. It's not that major, but it caused him some discomfort. He was able to play the final game, the full minutes. So, we're training. We're back in training now. So we train this morning, we train this evening. So we're going to train tomorrow twice and Sunday twice. We're just trying to make the best use of what happened. So that's what we're doing now. So everybody is in training. All 20 players were able to train. So we're trying to make the best use of what happened.
Okay. I know we're committed not to discuss the whole U20, but I'm just concerned about Pearson in terms of his condition. If he should, rest, or is he going to continue into the U20 with this, or should he probably do the surgery and just look at the senior team, or should he continue? How does he have it?
No, he has been passed. He can play and wait till the season end before him do the surgery. So he's
okay. All right. The clubs are failing national team. Imagine Jamaica don't have a team in the Champions League. Very disappointed. Not good. No excuses. All right. So Freedom Vlog FC not taking no excuses. you know, we won't be able to watch Cavaliers or Waterhouse in the Champions League. Very
That's not true. Water still have a chance to go through.
how
They are playing for third and fourth Sunday. So if they come third, they're through. It's 3 teams go through.
okay. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know.
And also, even if they lose the match, they still gonna have up next playoff match on the 25th that they can use and go through. Guys, 4 teams supposed to go through.
So somebody's asking here if you didn't get any videos of them.
I said I've never seen Violet play because after they assassinated the president in 80, the football stopped. They didn't play in the league after that. So I've never seen that team play. I have seen Sibo play a lot. I watch them, their league is live and come on YouTube. I see them on YouTube. So I was able to watch them. And I was able to prepare better for them.
Okay. And then KY says, good evening, Mr. Speed. How much would you rate their performance out of 10?
Whose performance?
A suspect is asking Cavaliers' performance out of 10. How you do rate them in this tournament, with 10 being the highest?
We're awful, man. We're awful. You know, look here. I think we're awful. I think we did well on offense, awful on defense. So and we really played one match very well for about 67 minutes.
Yeah, and Jaden White didn't look confident in goal either.
Right. So we were awful. I don't even know how we rated. I can say defensively we were all over the place. Defensively we didn't have any discipline defensively. For Cavalier was a team who usually is one of the best defensive teams in Jamaica. I was shocked. Remember, you know, we're the second best defensive team in the Premier League, and for years we're always in the top 2 or 3. So I think, you know, we're awful. I wouldn't even bother grade ourselves. It's something that we need to work on, and we start working on it already.
Okay. And then Rob Smith is asking, and maybe you and Mr. Christie, are the teams in Jamaica doing a lot of conditioning work? And is our league preparing the players physically and mentally to play in these competitions? Disappear? Oh.
I don't believe for 1 minute that we're unfit. So I don't know where that come from. We're not unfit. That's not it.
Speed.
Yeah.
This is the thing what them using, you know, for certain things. So because when I drop on the field, them say when hands fit. But they don't know the surface. The surface of a whole lot to the dropping.
Yeah. Look, we played last season on synthetic ground, right? I would never ever say it's unfit why my team didn't progress. I know why my team didn't progress. We're awful defending because if you look at what in the first game we gave away 2 goals by 2 defenders. One of the defender dropped, the other one missed control, and both those goals were scored. So I don't know unfit coming here because I think we're just trying to find excuses, and I wouldn't give that excuses. I am giving you reasons. In the second match, we just couldn't fresh up the team. We just didn't have anybody to fresh up the team, and we played extremely good. There was no unfitness in how we're playing for the first 7 minutes. But again, we're found wanting defensively, and this is why we drew that game. So I'm not buying that. I don't have any excuse. I have reasons. We defended horribly. We scored 5 goals in 2 games. That means we were doing very good offensively, but defensively we were poor.
Okay. All right. And then KY is asking, because you rate the defensive badly, he's asking how you rate the offense.
The what?
He's asking how you rate the offense out of 10 because
the offense for 5 goals, I forget 10 out of 10 in an international fixture, and we scored 5 goals. I forget like 8. I mean, we missed some goals. I think we could have had some more, but probably I'm gonna give yourself like an 8, 7.5. 5 goals is a lot of goals, you know, to score in an international tournament in 2 games.
So 7.5.
Or 8. That 5 goals should have been enough, to be honest.
Okay. You know? Okay. And then Brain Drain is saying, can you comment on Christopher Ainsworth's progression?
Christopher Yensworth is just 16 years of age, you know. I mean, that's a young player. But when he came on, he actually got the opportunity. He didn't play like he didn't belong. The two cameo that he got, I thought he played very well. But you have to realize that Christopher was going through, like, they have their schoolwork, you know, and they're trying to do them exams and them tests. So, and he had some other personal problems. So he hasn't progressed as though I think he should. But there's no denying the amount of skill that this player have. There's no denying that this is one of the top draw. And we know, and everybody who have seen him play know, but it's not his time yet in the Premier League team because there's a lot of restrictions in how he gets to prepare for the player, the professional.
Yeah. All right, JT, I can't ask your questions alone, you know. There are many persons making comment, and I'm trying to get as much of them as possible. All right, so bear with me. Don't worry. In due time, we will ask and get your question answered. All right, so let me just get some persons who have not gotten one from. Somebody's asking if are these teams just better than us, and how many foreign players do they have?
The Asian team doesn't seem to have a lot of foreign players, but the team from Denmark, they have a lot of foreign players, a lot of players with name brand players who used to represent, and you know, I would say they have more than half of the team is not from around here. No, they are not better than us. I have said that over and over. No, they are not better than us. I believe if we had all our players, we would have walked into the semi-final and probably reached into. I think we could have walked into the final just to see them. No, they're not better than us.
Okay, all right. There is a theory about size of the field being larger. Care to comment if this was a negative for the players?
No, not true. The size of the field is similar to the size that we have here in Jamaica. At the JFF Technical Center, it's not larger.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Speed, would you say the speed of game was too fast for the team?
No,
Like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I mean, if you look at our games and how we score our goals, Busy and Webster was a thorn in their side.
No,
They couldn't
all right,
manage, they couldn't keep it.
I don't know. Here's what I will say with that. Sham 6. I think we have faster players in terms of foot speed, but I think the teams that we played against, they are quick on the ball and they move the ball faster than us. But I think we have the faster athletes. I think
So
that is
if I was able to replace a Webster and a Atkinson with a Anderson and a Calvin at those crucial points when those players had to come off, we wouldn't be talking about these things now. We could have been out of sight. So when we were up 3 and Webster and Busy start to limp 3-1, if we had those other strong players available, it would have been ugly. And when I say ugly, real ugly. It wouldn't even have been close. So I'm not buying that in that.
Yeah. Management, Waterhouse only qualified for the CONCACAF League, not the Champions League. Oh.
Yes, but no, if they go in the CONCACAF League and they do well, they go to the Champions League for 2023. What that means that the number 1 team goes straight to the Champions League for 2023, and the rest of the team get a chance to qualify for it by continuing this competition. So they can get in the Champions League 2023. Yes.
Okay, so because it is the CONCACAF League that qualifies you for the Champions League.
No, this league, the winner goes straight into the 2023 Champions League. The winner alone.
Okay.
Second, third, and fourth playing. I think they call it the CONCACAF DNS League. But if you do well in there, you can go in the Champions League. I think if you win, or come second. So you play off with some other teams. I think that is the case. So they still have a chance, but there's a longer route to take. That's my understanding.
Okay.
And this is the last year that this competition will run. I think next year they're going to revamp it. There'll be no more CFU league. It will be just a CONCACAF league stream.
Okay.
So you don't qualify for that now, seriously?
No, it's a same route. You win your local Premier League and you qualify.
Okay. So you know, so the preparation of a bit, because for me, you know, seriously, don't think the clubs out there really take this thing seriously. It's just my thoughts still.
You might be right. I mean, I don't know. I would not agree with you totally. You have to realize that we have a lot of things going against us. I mean, these clubs like the Cibao Club, they're like rotten rich. When I say rotten rich, I mean rotten
But
rich.
the Haitian clubs, Mr. Speed, though, I think what people are concerned, because I think people really thought, like, even me, thought like Waterhouse and Waterhouse and Cavaliers were going to be in the final. And here's why. Because we felt like none of the Haitian teams would even be close in terms of conditioning or anything, because they had not played any football. Now, if we are better than them, they have not played any football, and the two Haitian teams beat the Jamaican teams, people are going to say it not add up.
But that's not true, you know. It's only one Asian team beat both of us. Is one of them drop out just to like cover. It's not true. One of them Waterhouse beat them, and one of them beat both Waterhouse and ourselves. So it's not really true.
That is the Violette.
Yeah, they are the ones who beat both of us. The other ones drop out.
And they had a 17-year, you know, the 17, in the forward a 17-year-old.
Yeah, we had two 16-year-olds. So I don't understand. We had two 16-year-olds. So what's it?
Yeah, so I think the question again is,
and Cibao had a 15-year-old. So every team had young players.
Okay. JT, what question is I need to ask Mr. Speed? Because so what question he said you were supposed to ask and I was supposed to ask unseen. John Doe, and see if I can find it unseen, and then this person is asking just a question: how big are the JPL rosters? And I think he said, do they have a U team or could have called up some
JPL roster 30 players. That's the roster.
I think what he's asking is that if Cavaliers could have called up like players to replace the ones.
Rules. No, well,
but there wouldn't be any time anyway though. Even
exactly.
if Cavalier could call up, there wouldn't be. You have one game Sunday, one game Tuesday. If you find out on Monday that one of your players, or even Sunday or Saturday you played, you'd have to go make traveling arrangement, flights and all of that. It wouldn't be feasible.
I remember to reach Dominic.
When Cavalier went over there, when they land on the soil, the problems start arriving. It's not before, So, and it's a very short tournament.
We still didn't know till 12 hours after. So by the time you know, there's no straight flight to Dominican Republic. So you'd have to go through USA or go through Panama. So that would have taken some time. And I don't know if you can replace the players now. I don't think the rule allow you to replace them unless it's injured and the doctor write up something. And there's a limit to the amount too. So, it never makes sense. We just have to try what we had. But even with that, I'm not making any excuses we could have gone through if we didn't defend so badly. We were awful. That's my reason for us not going through. There's no other reason anybody can give me. All we had to do was concede one less goal, either in the first match or the second match, and we gone through. There's no other reason except where our defense was awful. Uncharacteristic.
Defense.
We're like even yesterday. Well, you can't speak for.
No, it was individual mistakes. I hear people always talk about out coaching. You can't individual make. You can't knock a coach for individual mistakes. Some of take on for example Waterhouse mistakes. KimRychus is one of the better goalkeepers in Jamaica. He just had a half day yesterday. He chose to have I don't think he chose to it, but he had a half day. Yeah. And even the second goal that the team went ahead with. It's uncharacteristic of KimRychus. So and that's not being out coach because Waterhouse was controlling the game and controlling the game. I think sometimes when you win sometimes you have to take it into context. When you lose sometimes you still have to take it into context. And I wouldn't agree with anyone that
win. All right, I like your perspective. When the team win, it's not the coach, it's just individual brilliance.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Okay.
Look
But
here.
yeah, that's what
Look here.
that's the perception. That's what I'm saying. You
Look here.
understand?
Look
All
here.
right.
You know how we are in Jamaica.
Mhm.
I'm not looking at any excuse. Look, the first game we make 2 glaring errors and nothing ball, but if you're not supposed to play it in drop, the man only man score. When we
And
come
that's what
back
I'm saying.
2-2,
How can a player get out coach where that is concerned? That's what I'm talking
yes,
about, Mr. Steve.
exactly.
That's
When you go,
absolutely nothing to do with coaching. It's
when
just
the match go
individual
2-2, when the match go 2-2, a defender miss control about the run pass.
miscontrol and they run straight through it.
Christy, if you really
Yes,
check the
sir.
stats of Kemar Foster in the Premier League and concede a goal per game, you know. So it shows you that in every game when you play a goal, I go score for him.
No, man, but he makes some brilliant saves as well.
Yeah,
But you
but
get that goal per game from Kemar Foster when you mean not just Waterhouse alone.
for Waterhouse this season.
Waterhouse only
No, man,
conceded 2
Waterhouse
goals.
have no.
Remember
That's
say,
not true.
no,
That-
listen. So
and
listen.
2 of them score by dumb bowling, and it was
So
Kemar Foster in the
So
goal.
hold on,
Waterhouse
It can't
only
be.
conceded 12
Well, I know Kemar Foster play 11 games for Waterhouse, right?
and conceded.
5 goals conceded is hold on, 11. So
Mm.
11 goals conceded.
And 2 of them
That
would have
doesn't-
been
Clean
conceded
sheet,
by
clean sheet, 5
Chambers.
clean sheet, 5 clean sheet, and 11
Cavalier would have
goals
scored 2 and Chambers as well. Cavalier scored 2 and Chambers. Dunn Bowling scored 2 and Chambers.
Yeah, that's all right.
Remember 17 game. How much game play so far? I said 11 game in play. And remember, you go ahead. In play 11 game. So they only put field stats.
Yes, but what I am saying, sir, I can tell you for a fact that 4 goals scored on Chambers. Dunn Bowling scored 2 goals on Chambers. And Cavaliers.
Yeah.
I can't remember any other team off the top of my head right now, but I know for a fact that Dunn Bowling and Cavaliers scored 2 goals.
Yes, sir, Chris.
So that would be at least 4 out of the 11. That would only 7 goals conceded by what's his name?
Yeah, man, that's one thing. Something wrong with the stats.
No, what I'm saying is Chambers. All right, so how them set it up, them put the keeper, how much game the keeper play, not the whole entire team game. You understand me? So the keeper play 11 game, 11 goals scored on him, 5 clean sheets. Right?
And things. Something wrong with the stats. Just understand.
No. How much goals score after Waterhouse score 11 plus 4 and that?
Look here, it's 12 goals.
15 goals concede.
No, Waterhouse conceded 12 goals for the season. I am
And
sure.
I'm telling you, 4 out of those 12 goals was conceded by Chambers, Akeem Chambers. I'm telling you that for a fact.
Okay. Let me just get you that.
When Waterhouse was playing, Dunby Walling, it was Chambers in the goal. When Waterhouse was playing Cavalier, it was Chambers also in the goal.
You're right. The stats not so 100.
Yeah. The stats is incorrect. And I can tell you, I watch most of the games. He's one of the better goalkeepers in the competition. Believe me. I can tell you 3 or 4 goalkeepers that are having brilliant seasons, and he's one of them.
So, right. So,
the goals are just uncharacteristic of him.
Let Brian, Mr. Mullines. Mr. Mullines, you want to respond? Because you're frozen. Mr. Mullines look like him. Go ahead, Mr. Speedy. You're going to say something. And then
no. I was just trying to make the same point over and over till you guys start to believe me. The teams are not better than us. Yes, them have. Remember, when they're playing at home, life easier. Them train on the pitch. Them have home advantage or something. So them is a match resistance. The players are probably more comfortable than our players. The Dominican Republic players, I've seen the club, I've seen them operate. As a matter of fact, the field that we play on is owned by Cebu. They are the team that own the field. I mean, they have also lent us a field to train on now while we're over here. Big, sprawling, rich club, unlike our club, right? So their preparation would have been better. But I don't know what. It's like a curse. Uncharacteristically, both the teams and defensive was awful. They have never been Cavalier and Waterhouse is the two best defensive team in the league. Cavalier don't even score so much goals. So for us to get 5 goals, we expect that would be easy by us considering one less score. So
Yes.
there's no excuse. It's just that it's just one of those things that go wrong, and we defend poorly and we pay for it. That's really wise.
And I don't think Cavalier defend poorly as a team either. As a team, they did not defend poorly. When you defend poorly as a team, it's like when you're out of shape. When a player is on the ball and that player, which is supposed to be in that position, make an individual mistake, it is not defending poorly as a team. It's just individual. I consider defending poorly as a team is when a team is out of shape and you exploit the spaces. That's that's how I consider defending poorly anyway.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's just simple individual mistakes.
Seriously.
Both teams.
What's the level of the coaches that you go up against? The level coaching.
Well,
I'm hear say some big coach and go up against them. Well-paid coach.
Look, of course they're well paid because we can't afford them. The clubs them rich, but when you know that the Cibo was on the verge of being eliminated at 3-1 and I had 67%, 64% of the possession. So I don't care about what kind of big coach he was. I know him couldn't touch a ball and he was under too love. As I said before, if I had all of my players, I don't care if he made a pro license or doctorate or what, I would have deal with him. So I don't think that was the problem. So if people want to send him out, coach was fine. I don't care about that. All I know what happened, and I know we defended awfully individually and collectively.
You coach long enough. You've been in coaching long enough to know that. Listen, if Cavaliers got even a deflected goal and it went in, it would be a different story. Now we all know that.
Well, one of them is a Chris. I want Brian to come in because this guy JT, and then I'm going to ask Mr. Speed to respond to a comment by JT. Ask it. Him reach to him. Ask it. 16 times around now. So me go let Brian came on. So he was going to make a point. So yeah, Brian, go ahead and make the point.
Oh no, man! Me just tell Unseen say remember so Waterhouse used 3 goalkeepers throughout the season, you know. So that's me just tell him say probably need to check back the stats where bring about. But yeah. But they can go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I was going to ask you what are your thoughts because you have played against Cavalier in the league.
Look here now. I have to come off of this. Me have something for David right now. I have to come off like that. Where's the JT question was now? Quick.
Management, please ask Mr. Speed today and put this topic to bed. Please ask if any UK-based players will be a part of the U20 setup and was there any invitation letter?
Look here, I don't know. I don't know. I just did here to discuss the championship and Premier League. Mr. Management, I have to go.
Yeah, man. All right, then.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Brian, you played against Cavaliers a couple of times with your team. What are your thoughts on their performance in the league?
And a couple of one time.
What?
What is my what? Go again.
Assessment of their performance in our both clubs. What are your assessment of Waterhouse and Cavaliers? From what you have seen in the local league and what you saw in the competition that they entered.
So as it relates to Cavalier, I'm pleasantly surprised that they were able to score 5 goals. It's not a detriment or whatever as it relates to the attacking players that them have. It's just that from the JPL season has started, they haven't been the most proficient in front of goal, but they have good players who can score goals. I expected them to be more solid in defense, but you know, as Mr. Christie would have alluded to on the coach, when a player makes an individual error, there isn't much you can do about that, really. Waterhouse, the truth is, I wasn't so confident in terms of their defensive play. I know that they have a good goalkeeper and stuff like that, but what I do know is, even in our Premier League, there are very few teams that can stop them from scoring a goal. So I expected them to do well attacking wise. But the reality is I'm not too surprised at the way the tournament has turned out. Given that our teams haven't had that massive history in terms of progressing, but as a Jamaican, you would have wanted for either of the teams to progress. I think Waterhouse still has a chance, so hopefully them can make the most of it and progress to the next round.
Okay. All right. So, probably for you and Mr. Cristiano, because I hear something very interesting. So, when is the coach supposed to be commended for the team's performance, and when they are supposed to be blamed for the team's defeat?
No, Mannings, no man, no man,
No.
no man,
All
Mannings.
right. But
Ultimately,
Manning,
no.
you're a coach doing a Manning. Man,
Let me
all
just
right.
ask. Go ahead.
All right. Let's say this. All right. Let me talk to you about Waterhouse done bowling. There was an integral player in the play that was stake now, and the coach said, admit, although there were two individuals, one goal was a deflection that fell right to the Waterhouse player, that he finished well. The other was one that I would have saved day and night and just never saved it. And however, the coach was hastened to say that, listen, he took some responsibility for this because the player that replaced the initial player was not keeping the shape of the team and nullifying the Waterhouse way of playing. Yeah? That can be considered a coaching blunder. However, when a player gets 5 and 6 and 7 look at the goal and just don't put it in the back of the net. When a player can't, all right, take for example the equalizer that was on Waterhouse. It's a regulation stage that should come straight directly. He come forward and collect the ball. He came forward and the ball went straight to him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, Mr. Christie, here's what the keeper, and I think one said it, and M10 football. The Waterhouse defense blundered. That is why the player got the ball to kick in the first place. So the keeper,
but Mannings ultimately
because the defenders
Not good. He has to be great.
and the midfielders were out of shape and out of position, because when that ball, the guy should not have had that shot. So the keeper would not have had to have made a save. But
yeah,
now
but
that
Mannings,
yeah, go ahead.
ultimately the box stop with the coach, boss. So if the team do well, the coach get praise. But if them do poor, he have to take praise too. Just a part of it. I mean, if you understand the football, you will know say there are some things that you don't really have no control over in the moment, but ultimately box stop with the coach still. So
here's where I don't agree with Unseen, right? I don't believe you can play Kemar faster. When you look at that play, Waterhouse never defended that well. If they defended it well, there would not have been a shot at goal. But then the people are going to say, well, what is the purpose of the keeper and the goal?
Well, the one that went straight to Pastor?
The equalizer that the guy kicked from the top of the box. The defenders, I mean, Keith Simpson.
Keith Simpson, it appears as if he was just weak and lackluster in the way he turned when the player got away from him. But it was a pass to the goal. It wasn't really a shot. That's what I'm saying. And it went straight to him. It didn't even went to his left or his right. It went straight to him.
Yeah.
Mannings, man.
Yes, I'm saying.
Ah, boy. Big mistake for a goalkeeper. 3 goals Waterhouse gave to the team. 3 goals.
No, man, the third goal, no, man. The third goal, the third goal have a little bit of beauty to it. But the first goal, beauty? The equalizer, and the go ahead goal.
What beauty? The ball comes straight to the keeper parry it inside to the danger.
No, man, that's the go ahead goal. The third goal was the one that he bent away from him. The first goal was the one that went straight to him. The second one,
no, but remember the shot.
Man, that's the second goal. The first one was the one when went straight through him. That's the equalizer. The Winter head goal is the one. I watched the game 2 times and 3.
Is the header,
man? The first goal. All right. Moulton scored the first goal with the header. They equalized through the one with Keith Simpson.
Right. Go next one now.
And that was the one that went straight to Foster. Agree so far?
Yes.
The second one was the one that he parried. The ball coming straight to him and he parried it, and the 2 defenders lick up in the post, and the ball went across the goal.
That is the second goal.
That was the goal.
The defender should have cleared that.
First have to do better than that.
Yeah. But this is it.
That me I say.
No. Here's where you and I differ. I am not saying that the keeper ought not to be blamed. But the first goal, the man should not have had the shot. The midfielders gave away the ball.
But the man is going to punish shot to go to the man.
He don't. All right.
Yes, hold on. All right. I want you to take a chance. Hold on, man. Take a chance. And that this is what a lot of people don't know about Waterhouse. Waterhouse give the opponent look at them goal, you know. You watch Harborview Waterhouse up by Captain Horace Burrell. He was easily the man of the match. That 1-0 that Waterhouse beat. Save after save after save after save. He's a good goalkeeper. I'm telling you, he's a good goalkeeper. Yeah. These mistakes are uncharacteristics of him.
Fine, but I am saying that the final mistake was made.
Regulation save, man. Regulation. Collect. That one and the 2 goal them and the thing then.
All right. No, listen what I'm saying.
At the inside the first goal, at the inside of the man foot him pass the ball to him, you know.
Mr. Christie, listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. Because I've seen some of these things with your goalkeeper. That the final play of the goalkeeper led to the concession of the goal. I agree. However, the cause of the goal didn't start with the goalkeeper.
Start from Keith Simpson's mistake.
They start from when they lost the ball, and not only that, they did not close down, they allowed the player to kick the shot. The second goal, the keeper made a save. Maybe he should have held on to the ball. He pushed it to the side. The 2 defenders were not communicating.
You get them goal there for international football to start manning.
So you can't blame. You can't get up and blame the keeper. That is what Wun and M10 saying. You can't get up and blame the goalkeeper and look at stats to say the goalkeeper this or that, because sometimes what led up to a shot, what led up to a square is really other players' fault.
So man, what the responsibility of the goalkeeper?
I could ask, what is the responsibility of the defenders? Certainly not to let shot kick on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but shot will kick.
But shot will kick.
You're a coach.
But shot will kick.
And goal will score.
Unseen, you sound like a coach, you know, brother.
No, you not sound like a coach.
I mean, I'm not a coach.
But
I tell you, say, listen to your rhetoric for the program, you're not talk like he's a coach, brother. Go on.
Right. I understand what you said. Understand. But man,
no, man, hold on. Because we're getting an echo sometimes, you have to mute. Right, but go ahead now, Ansi.
Oh, yeah, because the echo did happen now. But what I say, man, he is a good goalkeeper. But them think they are blatant mistake, blatant error, blatant. Even though the mistake making at the middle of the field or whatever, wherever, them going are supposed to score.
You know what is funny?
All right.
You know what is funny? Hold on, Mr. Christie, because I'm going to call out Unseen right now. I remember a game that your very good friend, Damien Hyatt, was keeping. And when I said that he parried the ball to the middle of the goal, poor goal. Hold on now.
Mistake again. It must be goalkeeping error again.
No. Unseen said to me, where were the defenders?
Means that I can't recall that. I can't recall.
He was being a hypocrite at that time. I think I was the part of the show at that day. But however, if he did say that, he's being hypocritical. He knows that goalkeeper must fire the ball to the left and to the right. Regulation that.
But I remember me and management have the argument about that. I remember many of argument about the one that slide through him on. Slide through.
Slide through Hyatt hand and him saying a Hyatt fault. I defend that.
Who never said that? They said the one with the light in the eye. where the ball come cross and the light in my eye. That me a defending pan.
Which game that light
What do
in
you
my
mean light
eye?
in him eye?
The one where him square, him come for, and him punch the ball, but he couldn't catch
The
it.
point I'm
And
making is that you defend one
But
goalkeeper and mistake, and then you criticize the next one and
you
mistake.
know what? I
No,
believe I
but a three mistake that.
Here, the truth of the matter is, Foster is a better goalkeeper than his performance. It's just one of them half tournament for it. It just because of the fact that he is in a basically technically a knockout competition now. He will not get a chance to redeem himself. But I know I've seen him week in, week out, and I can tell you, he's a quality keeper.
I mean, I had to say it, of course, you know.
You know, see that. Yeah. M10, you're right, you know. We have got to revoke his coaching license.
Oh, God. But man, you ever keep it?
No.
Man, you know, there was something that was blatant in Waterhouse team yesterday. I think in the olden midfield, they play 4-2-3-1, yeah?
Somebody said that they were playing 4-4-2.
No, it was you play 4-4-2 with Owen and Simpson on the field. It's 4-2-3-1. But what happened?
I was saying. That is what I
yeah, but I know the Waterhouse team. As long as Keith Simpson play and Owen played, Simpson will do the box to box. Owen will keep the shape. But guess what? The truth of the matter is, the second game, Simpson's legs was just giving way. He wasn't. He was that sharp. I could have seen a little bit of leg charges. With you know, how he was moving. In the second game, he was sharper in the first game. However, I can understand that the turnaround time was affecting him. Remember, he's not a spring chicken anymore. You know, he's getting up. He's past 30. So I think that 2-day turnaround affected especially him and even the left and the right wing.
No. I can't, Mr. Christie, listen, me now make all the teams had the same thing. All right, listen.
No. What I'm saying, rotation. I'm just speaking of rotation.
But what else rotated? Remember the second game? They never used it.
Keith is playing the first game.
Oh, you're not talking the goalkeeper?
Keith Simpson talking about. How much minutes? You know, we don't have with no goalkeeper, man. We're talking about the engine of your team.
Oh, okay.
How much? Let me tell you something. Kenry Owl and Keith Simpson is basically the engine of Waterhouse. You know? When they play well, Waterhouse will normally win.
Ramon Owl, you mean, Sir Christian?
Yeah, man. Ramon Owl. Yeah, man. The captain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. M10 saying that, which is what I am saying. Sometimes when a goal is scored, it comes from a series of errors. And what we do is look at the last error, which is blame that player. Lack of game understanding causes us to do that. That's what I'm saying. So when you're going to say it is a keeper, it's not.
No, man.
Man.
Kitty. It all started from Kitty. We are
Everybody know that.
However,
I'm seeing you say you know it, but you're not saying it.
But we have to understand, man. Even though it started from Kitty Simpson. Look at the biggest blunder. What was the biggest blunder?
Listen, we have got to take your crouching license, you know.
What's the biggest blunder?
No, man. What I'm saying, there's no free pass for Keith Simpson. You know, Keith Simpson was bullied out the football, and he was not able to recover.
Yeah.
However, the ball went straight to the goalkeeper, man. Good God, man.
All right, so let me get this.
Like compounded mistake.
KY, I have a question, but want to say something. Brian want to say something, so let's mute and then let him speak. Go ahead, Brian.
No, man, I'm agreeing with Mr. Christie, you know, in that, but at the same time, still, you know, M10. The reason why they're gonna blame the last error because are the easiest one to remember, and especially in certain instances, they're gonna just blame the goalkeeper still, because I just saw the football thing in general.
All right. KY say, Mr. Christie, what is your football philosophy?
Tell him I'm not a coach.
You might even ask him a coach. You might even ask him a coach. You might ask him a football. You don't have to be a coach of a football philosophy.
Well, listen. My philosophy is try to keep the ball as much as possible. Keeping the ball as much as possible does two things for your team. If you regulate the flow of the game and it helps wear down the opponent. By wearing down opponent, the concentration will go and they will lapse and by lack of concentration.
Man, it's mega cut here.
People will make mistakes and goals will score.
So your philosophy is to keep the ball.
Yes, sir. That's why I admire the teams like the Brazils and the early years of Barcelona. Somewhat Alan to
that's why I'm gonna buy a coach who can coach to keep the ball.
Unseen, what is your philosophy?
Yes,
man,
sir.
You want to go by it again?
Huh?
I only for words, you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure needs to work on technical and tactical ability. Develop the IQ of the game and to use these technical and tactical ability to improve gameplay. Right, you know, remember like, you know.
You don't remember
Let's try waiting, let's try summarize it.
CC summarize it.
You must say. Free, not be seen.
But you don't remember your own philosophy, yeah, man. yeah. But you're off this weekend, Mr. Christie. You get some time to rest.
Well,
so
what I can hope that this half weekend is a blessing. Is a blessing in disguise that the coach can return. I hope that's the only one game, if not, because I can see the identity of the team is shifting.
Okay.
Because the coach and the only factor that is not there is the coach not being on the bench anymore.
Yeah.
And I think he would have sent his game plan, but sending and executing is two different things. So we are aware of what is happening, and even like it's against even this background, we really want to get an automatic space in the semi-final, because if you look at yesterday's game, a lot of people not speaking about it clearly, but guess what? Waterhouse like that, Cavalier like that. The hours that playing that 100 and a lot of those players played 180 minutes over 4 days. That's torture.
Mm.
In the playoff, you will have Sunday, Wednesday, torture again. If you can refresh and rotate your team, you will have problems.
Yeah, man. How about you resting this weekend as well, Dre? Because they were supposed to play Waterhouse, and Waterhouse is away still. So how about you gets to rest, and Dumby Holland gets to rest because they're supposed to play.
And I think it will get even worse for both Waterhouse and Cavalier, because I think the end time will not be adjusted. I mean, the July 3 final game will not be adjusted. So you will have some Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday for both of those teams as well.
Yeah.
So although they are tired now, more fatigue is likely to creep in for both of them.
All right. M10 says this lack of game understanding is one of the same reasons why our fans come on these platforms and give players a hard time. Of course, our football needs improvement, but the man them I got too far now. Exactly. And that is my point. I'll say to people, like, listen, I will tell you, there are a lot of aspects of the local game that needs to be developed, but some of the things sometimes that are being said are not right. And that I think that is my biggest problem. My biggest problem is that we speak with a lack of understanding, and we
And we
take
speak
things
with
out
such
of
authority.
and we take things out of context. I will tell you, like I tell people, that we need players playing outside of Jamaica to build the football and to make the football team perform better. I will also tell people that
We need a
anytime we
local
get
core as well.
well, I don't even want to say local core. We must be working to prepare the local players. But let me go a little further and say this. If we get to a place where from our youth team to our senior team, all the persons playing are living overseas, it's not going to develop the football. So I can understand when people come and say, listen, we need some local players. The best local players should be. It's also wrong when the people who administrate the football act as if the local players are good enough to get the job done. The
Here's my
truth,
view, Manny.
the truth
Before you
is, go ahead.
here's my view. I don't care about local players. I don't care about uh, overseas based players. I think the best level, whether it be local, you live in a vacuum, you live in a telephone booth, you play on a dirt field, as long as in the system that you are preparing for. I think the best players, whether wherever you are, whether it's in the JPL, the EPL, the Championship, down by Scotland, wherever you are, I think the best players should represent the country, and I am comfortable with that wherever they are from.
But Sir Chrissy, do you think that they should strike a balance though? Because it send a
But
message.
but hold on, if you strike a balance, all right. Look at this. I can tell you, I'm very very impressed with King. He has never got worn an international jersey for a club, but he had played the last couple of games for Jamaica, and he was solid.
Good, solid.
I can tell you, Ramon Owell is another player. I can tell you he's one for the future. That regulatory, because listen, you see, the football is changing. He's one of our very best number 6. That holding position there. He passes well, he tackles well, and he has a lot of control. And he do a lot of directing as well. So I can tell, even for his club at Waterhouse.
This is
when
where
he plays.
Yeah, man. Because I was making a point that I don't want to finish. So this is where I think the challenge is, right? And that's why sometimes I don't highlight some of the comments, because they're going to create a discussion that I don't think is in the best interest of all the stakeholders. So KY says there is no player in the JPL. I think that's a very extreme position to take. This is the issue. So I am saying,
ask him which team he watch.
no, let me finish. What I'm saying is that you can still have players from overseas representing the team without making a statement like this. You don't have to make a statement.
But you're helping by highlighting. There are them comment that you have to highlight. You have to even read them. You can't skip and go to the next one.
Because
we waste the good ear time.
Listen, no, because
hold on, the man is man, but you just watch your World Cup qualifying, the last World Cup. Tell me one JPL player we're playing at the World Cup qualifying who look like he didn't belong. Just tell me one of them.
No,
just
man,
tell me one.
No, so listen why. Let me give you the reason. Let me give
you
the reason.
Man, you can't have them discussion. You waste good quality time, and we have so much things to discuss. I can ask you. All right, let me ask you.
You don't let me finish.
Ramon Owell, Richard King, Atafari Bygrave, Daniel Green. Which one of those players was playing in the Jamaican setup who was the weak link in the team? Tell me one of them. I wish I look like this. They did not belong. Tell me one. Just tell me one.
But Mr. Christie, I would not be able to do that because I don't share this opinion. But here's why it is. Here's why. Listen, just listen, man. Here is why. Here is why I put it because these are the people who we need to speak to. Because here's the thing. There is players in England, players in the state, players all over. All right.
But them don't watch them coach. Them
No.
just watch them the club where them
No.
play for. Look at that, right? Look at look.
You know, let me finish. You know,
Tell
but why? Because you're upset about this, so maybe you can express yourself for that.
Hold on.
Right.
Tell me, all right, this person that just made that comment, tell me how much of the other international players he has been following their career and their club playing. That he can make a comparison and make this blatant comment. Disrespectful and utterly rude comment about the national team and our national competition. That's just rude, man.
All right, so here's what. All right, so CC, for example, who says King was okay, Bygrave was okay, Howell never look ready, Green look weak.
That's
so all right, hold on, no man. So let me say this, right? I find it my challenge is this, that we put people in adverse circumstances, and I want people to think before you respond to what I'm going to say. Think.
Mm-hmm.
It is unfair, in my opinion, when there is a trial for players from overseas, and we put them in a game and give them 30 minutes and say that they are not good enough. I think we need more time to assess them, scouting, and more playing time, drills and stuff when players come from overseas. This is why I have a problem with CC's statement, because when you look at the game that Daniel Green plays, he's weak. According to CC, he's weak. And therefore, he's not ready for the national team. But you're using one game to judge him. So
look at Neymar for Brazil. Look at Neymar for Brazil. Neymar was weak till about 2-3 years ago.
Chris, you have cut the point when I make. Just let me finish now, because me and you get to the same point, because you want the best players to play. So let me get to CC point, who has a channel. So CC, when I look at, listen to me, when I look at a player who is coming to Jamaica for the first time, because the first time Ethan Pinnock played for Jamaica, he never looked good. Should I have said that?
There you go.
So my thing is, I don't want a thing where local players or overseas players be given one game. They play the game, whether 20 minutes and so, Bygrave never looked good. He should never be. Because if we have that standard,
Won't ever develop.
If we have that standard, every time a player plays bad, we're going to throw them away. Football cannot be operated like that. All right? So let's look at Green. Because somebody's saying Green. Go ahead. Because when you look at Green, Green played in Canada in adverse conditions. And in the same way, because the game that Jamaica played against Panama, when the 8 overseas base players were put on the pitch, I do not use that game to judge them. Hold on, let me finish. I am not going to use the game in Canada where he was put in an adverse situation to judge him. While I will agree with you that he needs to work on his strengths and he needs to get stronger. We agree on that. Nobody's disputing that he needs to put on weight. But don't add putting on weight to not being able to play for your national. There are two different things. Our muscle, our strength, get stronger. In football, you have to separate both.
Daniel Green have long muscle in him.
We judge. We have to use the same standards to judge people. I remember when Ethan Pinnock played bad overseas. I have a friend on this platform. His name is Ishmael, and he started calling paper something. Can't remember the name. And I said, listen, I could not. He's my friend, and I said, no, man. Give him time. Because I believe Ethan Pinnock is one of our better defenders. So I am not going to use Kevin Stewart came on in a game and he gave away a goal. I'm not going to use that to say he's not good enough. He needs to be given opportunities where he can, until players are put in the environment where they can do their best and perform at their optimum level, we have to give them opportunities. We have to give them opportunities. And there are enough games. There are enough friendly games that can be arranged, or what I call low-tier game, to give them the opportunity. CC, and then this is the last one I'm going to take from you, CC. CC, I will say this to you. Alvas Powell never started like this. Alvas Powell has declined in form. If you ask me if all of Alvas Powell's time playing for Jamaica has not been good, CC.
Just the last year, Albert has not been good.
Hold on. No, I won't even say. Hold on, let me finish now. CC, I'm now going to engage in the conversation here.
But you started manning, man.
No, man.
You started. You could have looked for it and move on.
No, so let me say this, CC. CC, what I will say to you.
You have created the platform for him, Manning's man. You have created the platform
but these are Mr. Christie, but I have to engage the people. So hold on. So CC, what I'll say, CC, hold on, Mr. Christie. What I'll say to you, Mr. CC, is go back and check the records of Alvas Powell from when he was 12 years old. When he lost his form, and at the point in the last campaign, I don't think he should have been in the team. That's a different argument. But I put it to you, CC, I put it to you, go back and check Alvas Powell's performance as a footballer in Jamaica from he was 12 years old.
Both him and Fisher.
No,
they have earned their keep.
No, man. Alvas Powell from he was, I'm asking you, go check at his schools from primary, Parish League, the Costa Cup, and Jamaica Under 17 U teams, all of those things. Go and check. That's all I will say, CC. The idea that Alvas Powell is not a good baller is asinine. What I will agree with is that he declined so poorly in form that in the last campaign, he should not have been on the team.
When I watched Saudi Arabia versus Jamaica, I saw a player by the name of Ravel Morris, and I immediately say, yes, this is the solution to our problem. However, the coach changed up his playing style, his mode of attack, and it did not suit Ravel Morris. And he played him in other position. At one point, I see him even playing holding the number 6. Not helping the team with a creative player like that. So there's a whole heap of dimension you look at, you know. There's a whole heap of things you look at, but people can just what hurt me and discuss me about us. Or we quick to broad brush everything about our local team and our local product, and then we help and criticize the product. Listen, man, start asking for some suggestions on your program, Mr. Manning. Your program can help build the program, the national product, you know. You have the best football local program in the country right now, you know. You have the platform for the best local product in the country right now. You don't have to entertain this. Listen, instead of entertaining it, why you don't ask for suggestions from them?
Yeah, but they do give suggestions, do you know?
No, man, and read I like the suggestion, then no man in man. Oh, when you have to tell him, as a parent, if you have been near your sleep on a beach, you pick me and tell him, send done. It intend to want to believe, you know.
But that is what I'm trying to tell them, that if every day when you come on the platform, all you keep
man,
saying...
Man, if you're a parent, man, you can't make these men hurt with kids, them way they are beating and them every day, they're not good. However, them good. No. All right, look at this. You know, when some of our players, our same local players, when them played in the Premier League, them said them not good enough. However, them get a contract and go over and come back in, they are considered international players. But it's the same local based league, yeah, them get the contract from going to another club. All them get so good all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So it's not the local based players that have a problem with our local league. Yes, our surface is bad. And it is improving now. I can attest to that. However, it's a process. Buckle down your belt and let us go along the process of 2026. We're not going anywhere fast with this approach.
Yeah, but one of the things, and then I we still have to close now because it's 2.5 hours. But and you want to support my brethren, Coach Minzy, right? But the same holds true for telling them that they are better than they are. Them will think, which is true. What we must not do is tell them that they are there yet. Right, Mr. Chris? Because you must understand that part of the problem we have in our culture is that a lot of these footballers lose discipline because they think they are stars. And I'll tell them this. If you're still playing in Jamaica, you are not a star. You could be a potential star, but no star is going to stay in Jamaica. You may be a returning star, but you're not a shooting star. All the shooting stars are going to leave. If you're in Jamaica and you're a star, you're a returning star. In other words, you left, you start up, and you come back in old age. Right? That's it. However, I do agree with you that we can't get up every day and be this way about things. Yeah, somebody said falling star. Locally. Right? You understand me? Some of the terms that people use. You know what is funny? That if these people, kids, I'm telling you, a lot of them, if their son or daughter was on a platform and somebody used some of the words to describe them that they used to describe some of the footballers, they would be livid. And all I'm saying,
Look at M10 message.
no man, all I'm saying is that, listen, criticize the local footballers. You have to do that because the criticism is good, but it must be constructive.
I agree.
I am going to come on and say, listen, we can't stand how player playing at the JPL and then got big. You know,
that you have all right to say that if you see that.
All
right, look at our speaker at Pastor. I am criticizing Pastor, but I'm not trying to kill him or push him right in the girl. I tell you that I know that he's better than the way that he played yesterday because I've actually seen it. I've followed his progress at Waterhouse and at Portmore. So I know that he's a better player than I'm not condoning and tolerating the way he played yesterday.
So recently I saw a player say I go a party. And you know what I did?
That you must call out. Yeah.
You know what I did? I called the owner team. And said, listen, call him and tell him not to do that. You know what he said to me? Boy, Pastor, good things here, they do that, you know, Pastor calls me. I tell her, say, yo, the party mash up in the bread, I'm glad me no go. All right. The point I'm making is that I have no problem. I have no problem with people saying the players need to improve. What I don't want is for us to. I don't want nobody to come on my platform and disrespect the people from overseas. And I don't want anybody to come on and disrespect the people locally. The best Jamaicans must always play at all times to give us the best opportunity. And as a human, I can understand. I also understand that the people who are investing in football, they have a vested interest in their players being in the team. Right? So every agent wants his player to be in the national team. And every club owner wants his player to be in the team. Mr. Christie wants a Dumby Wallen play in the team. If he says he doesn't, he's lying. Everybody. All right? But all of us must get to a place where when we see better player, we say, you know what? That player is better than my player. I have no issues. And we should not force our players into the team if they are not good enough to the detriment of the team. That is my point.
Real talk, man. Real talk.
100% support of it.
But man, man, when you have the national team selecting and you have the leading goal scorer in the Premier League, name a call. Yeah, you really have to go try and see what find out what's the problem.
Possible. So what if you're using two forwards, right? And Shamar Nicholson score 40 goals in Russia, and your leading goal scorer out here score 20 goals. All right.
Shamar Nicholson in the squad, and he's played ahead of the player. And you have Korberg playing ahead of the player. The truth of the matter is that you can and you will understand that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there are going to be players who are playing well locally that can't make the team. They are doing well locally, but for example, say for example, Ivan Toney, I don't even know. Say Shamar Nicholson, Kaim Paris, Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio. They call those four forwards and say they don't call Peter McGregor. I would not get upset.
Mm-hmm.
I would not get upset. Do I think he could have been called? Yes.
As a reserve.
But the players that they have called are better.
They're ahead of him.
Yes.
Not necessarily better, but they're ahead of him.
They're ahead of him. So you may be playing well in the local league.
But it's not
a guarantee that you're going to be in the same way. Watch this. In the same way now, you may have Blair Turgott playing well in his league, or Junior Fleming, and the coach may say, you know what, I'm going to work with a Daniel Green, though he's playing locally, because he may think what they are doing is not sufficient in comparison to what Daniel Green is doing. I don't know. So there are those dynamics.
You explain an unattached player being called up to the national team, though, Manning.
Huh?
Or do you explain an unattached player being called up to the national team, though?
Remember you said about Ravel Marcy, playing in the game. He was unattached. He played for Saudi Arabia.
Not for very long, though. Not for very long.
You understand?
When I say unattached, all right. So when I say unattached, because
everybody know anybody who have been watching the championship.
Right. So everything must be in context. Everything must be in context. All right. Let me say this. So, let me say this. CC, me go closer now. So let me say this, right? Say a competition is just finishing. So I see Maggie, his competition is finished, as an example. So if he were training and preparing and they have a practice game, and the coach calls him to look on him to see if he's going to, I can understand that, because he's probably transitioning from one club to another. When I talk about an unattached player, if a player is not playing any football, he wasn't at any club at all, he should not be called. But players can be in transition and they're unattached. So I have to put everything in context. I don't want to answer in a general sense. Everything must be in context, because every situation is different. That is what I think. Suppose Peter McGregor.
I see a player.
Quiet.
I see a player from Montego Bay one. I don't even know what club he was playing, but they're saying unattached. When I inquire, is he overseas? No, he's locally based and got a call up to a national team. I've seen that in recent times. You haven't seen that?
Where a player who is what? Locally based?
Locally based. He's not playing in our Premier League or even at the time the Super League. Yeah? But he got a national call up.
That's a crime, man. That's a crime.
Yeah, but
I've seen that in recent times, though. I'm not speaking. I wouldn't be speaking of a player who competition just finished right. That's not the context I'm talking about. Because as you rightfully say, a player in some leagues the MLS finish different time from the European League and all of that, and the Canadian League and wherever you're playing, and even the local league. So we do understand that. I'm speaking about what a player who resides in Jamaica.
For example, right? We can use Javon Watson. Most people agreed that when he was called, he should not have been called to the team. It happened. It don't mean that people agree with it. Like, these are the things that we need to get out of the football, right? Whoever the decision makers, control that, because I think there are other players playing in the league who, if you were going to, you could have. But I don't agree with it, but it happened. Those things we have to weed out of the football. But I will also say, if
Alwyn Harvey that play better than that one
I'm
when
not
him
even
call him
calling
now.
a name, there are many players. You could even use Vanzi. I mean, there are so many names. But what I'm saying though is that if I have Mikel Antonio at the end of the season and he cancels his contract with West Ham, and for 3 months he's not playing any football and Jamaica have a friendly game, but he's still keeping himself in condition, looking for a club, I would still call him. I could be calling to maybe, see where he's at. If he can be, so you have those different conditions
Yeah,
sometimes.
but them man they establish already, my boss. That's what I
Okay.
said to you. Another context that I talk about. I mean, I mince my word. All of those names that you call, you know why you can call them? Because they have established whether locally or in the overseas league already. I'm speaking of player who do not even know him name. So when I mean I know everybody name, however, but overall, when I do a deeper inquiry, I realize that this player is based in Jamaica.
Okay.
Well, that's what the context I'm talking about, man. Not an international player or even a Premier League player.
Listen,
Because you can
yeah.
be playing a local Premier League and playing very well and out of
No, man.
contract as
Listen,
well.
no, I don't think you cannot be playing football in the local league in Jamaica and get called to the national team. Unless you come
Well,
from overseas and you're recovering. So if you're in Jamaica, the level of our league is not where it ought to be. Therefore, if you are not even playing in that, you should not be called to any national team. That is my standard. You could be skilled like Bill. If you are unattached locally, you're not supposed. That's me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, man, man. And the next one for the junior team too. School. If you're not associated with a club and you want to make the under 20 team, it should be in our club system in Jamaica. Like
You see all these things. All right, so let me give you. All right, so some of the times we again we have to put things in context. All right, there's a JC athlete who I think he's going to Dartmouth College University somewhere, but he had like I think a whole heap of subjects. All right, there are several kids and in Jamaica, right? Part of our society want to ensure that our kids get a good education. All right. So there are going to be kids who are very good footballers who will not go and play in certain club teams. They will play in a club team close to their community that may not be one of the prominent teams. Like, for example, Duncan McKenzie, he has had the option to play in other teams in the Premier League. He opts to play for Real Mona, stays at JC, but he goes away regularly. He goes away regularly in professional footballing environment or spaces. What do I mean by that? There are exceptions to things. For someone to say because he plays for JC, he should never be called up to the U20, I would not agree with that. Tariq Xemenez can be, so they are players. So we have to put things into context and look at each case individually. There are some players, for example, we may be saying in the national team we should not have anybody who is 28 and over. But you may put an exception because there may be a certain player that quality is so good. Their quality is so good that even when they are 29 or 30, you will still want them. So put things
and
in
it's a
context.
4-year journey, and man, it's not only that, it's a 4-year journey. Maybe this player can be for the next 2 years, and you phase him out and you understand somebody to understudy him for the next 2 years
And one
and
thing
all
I
of
tell
that.
you, listen, it is unfair, unseen. More you know this, unseen. you're going to be a coach, it is unfair to treat everybody the same way. You can't treat everybody the same way. It's an unfair
And he
thing.
must know that, man.
And you can't treat everybody the same way to manage, man. Come on, sense that.
There you go. So certain situations are different. Certain positions are different. Like I tell people, like anytime Jamaica is assembling a team, we need to get a forward from overseas. Tell me the last Jamaican forward who dominated at the international level. Huh? Well, you could say Luton Shelton, who scored a lot of goals for Jamaica and a lot of goals at the club level. I mean, Shamar Nicholson.
Shamar is coming up, man. Shamar is coming up.
But outside of that, we can't. Well, some person will say Darren Mattox did well in MLS while he was there.
For club and country, yes.
Right.
And
but
Corey Burke is doing well for club as well.
Generally,
he needs to show up more for country.
Generally,
very well for club.
The point I'm making that generally Jamaica struggle with what you call like genuine goal scorers. So whenever we're recruiting, that's probably an area that we need to look for. With like up front, we need to say, listen, we need to find one of the other areas that we struggle with for many years is defensive CDM. So when we are going to have an under 17, under 15, those things, we need to look for CDMs.
I don't know if we're struggling. I think we just don't concentrate a lot on it.
Well,
and that's the man who keep the shape of the team.
In the last 10 years,
in the last 10 years, just don't concentrate on it.
In the last 10 years, tell me the best CDM you have seen in Jamaica's football.
Rudolph Astin.
In the last 10 years, well, you could put him in there. That's what I'm saying.
Who better than him in the last 10 years?
No, man, what I'm saying is that we struggle in certain positions. Follow me? Certain positions locally. Listen, we don't have any prolific goal scorer in the JPL, you know.
True.
There is not a goal scorer, or there's right now you can't look at a CDM and say, listen, this CDM can move overseas right now and be a big player in a team.
Yeah, they have some fault.
Huh?
They're full of faults.
And they need that exactly. So we know
them a play, but then they have some faults.
We know by that then that part of what we need to do as Jamaicans is look for CDMs to fill that. So maybe not every area. There was a time that we never needed to go outside of Jamaica to find goalkeepers.
No, we have to go overseas.
Exactly.
You're right. You're right.
From saying Peter McGregor. Listen, this is the next good talent that we have, and he has a high ceiling. This is Peter McGregor's first season, and it's not a full season, playing in the JPL.
Started in March, yeah.
He started in March. For me to look at and say Peter McGregor is a prolific Premier League player, goal scorer, would be wrong. Can he be? Yes, but he won't be here for long.
I think he's on the upward trajectory.
So when I talk about that, I'm talking about the players like the Luton Shelton in our league, the Ryan Nelson in our league, the Paul Teagat Davis in this league, the Kevin Leamy in this league, the Kevin Pele Wilson. When you look at these guys, they were constantly scoring goals in the local leagues.
You know that Kevin Leamy, I can get a fun fact.
Yeah.
Kevin Leamy is the last player that has scored excess of 20 goals in a Premier League, you know, in our local Premier League, you know that?
Huh?
Kevin Leamy is the last player that would have scored over 20 goals in a Premier League season, you know.
Yeah?
Check it, man. You don't have to believe the truth, but check it. I'm just making a point for you, though, you know.
Listen, you know that Craig Foster went to man in CC.
Craig Foster didn't have a 20-goal season ever, you know.
No, I'm telling him that Craig Foster went to man in CC. So you can't tell me that Craig Foster was it. Listen, is Craig Foster a good player? Yes.
Yeah.
All right. But what did Craig Foster do in the few opportunities he had for Jamaica. So when I talk, I'm not just talking about what they do in the league, but when they play for Jamaica. That's what I'm saying, CC. All right. So that is what we need to, I think, so our national program in recruiting players need to look at that. All right. I would also say next year we struggle with left back. I think now that we're losing Kemar Lawrence, and we probably lost him a couple of years ago.
Lawrence, I'm mixing up him with Fisher when I said Fisher. Lawrence, I was actually talking about.
Kemar Lawrence. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Let's go back. There was a time when we had like this guy called Little Baby. You had Demar Phillips. You had so many left back coming through the system that were good. Who are the left backs?
But guess what? Guess what? It's an indictment on the coach, you know. You know, all of those players that you call, they were left midfielders. But and they just convert them to left.
Because we never had no left. Tell me a left. You all right? Unseen, Mr. Christie. Tell me 3 top class left back in.
No, I'm saying at the national level.
No man.
Little Baby was a left midfielder.
No man. I know what you're saying.
Demar Phillips was a left midfielder. They convert him. I'm saying it's national coaching deficiency that though.
Yeah man. What I'm asking you though is tell me, in the local leagues, like who you'd say, give me 3 top quality left back.
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, Kimon Campbell and the other Campbell from Cavaliers. It jump
for the top.
And Thomas.
Good enough. Defend the left back.
Thomas.
No. Because
what's wrong with you?
Man, lot of flaws at our left back, man. Tell me about you ever look at his squaring ratio?
So all right, so easy now. You see the question. All right. Go ahead now, Unseen. Tell me 3 top quality left back that I say, yeah, you know, when you look at this guy could even play overseas in Jamaica right now.
It's hard to look for
all right. So what is the point? The point.
More to say them top quality, top class. I would say they have potential.
What is my point? Yeah. My point is this: that there are certain areas where we are lacking, and those are the areas we need to start out with our recruiting.
True.
Left back is one of those areas for many years.
CDM
and center forward.
And now goalkeeping.
And now goalkeeping, with the new way football is being played with your feet, has become an area.
Are you aware that our present goalkeeper have a lot of deficiency as well?
Right.
Yeah,
why you pause?
I don't know because I can't say he has a lot of deficiencies. I don't know if I agree.
If don't use the ball, coach, let me tell you,
that's
the
one thing. But that is one thing. Distribution.
Him don't go square either. Him don't go square either.
That's 2.
Don't go square either.
That's 2.
Him don't collect the ball clean either.
What? We can't get a one.
Him collect the ball, man.
We can't give it a one there.
You can't get a one there, Chris. But when you come on to play it at the back,
him don't use him 18 and none at all. Him position in his poor in the 18. That's why him get him. Let me tell you something about goalkeeping. You see the keepers them who manage their 18 yard, they make less saves. Are you aware of that? Because before the ball reach on the forward foot or the ball forward head, sometimes them come and pick it out of the air. That is a part of goalkeeping that our present goalkeeper is woefully lacking in. Believe it or not.
So who you blame?
Let me just answer this. CC.
But the keeper who is coaching him never had that problem.
Mr. Christie, I think all right, because Ryan Nelson has a goal scoring record. You know that, right?
Yes.
Devon Hodges has scored more than 20 goals.
The last player.
And Craig Foster scored 20 as well.
Last player said, sir. Last player.
No man, and Dino Williams from Montego Bay scored 20 goals.
Did not. No, did not in his
Okay.
last final years. Did not in his
All right.
final years, sir.
Okay.
Listen,
All right.
By the way, hold on. Let me challenge that. Which season Dino Williams scored 20 goals?
I'm telling you, sir. The last time Montego Bay
But,
won.
no, not true. Let me tell you something.
When he and Owen Garner they went to the Caribbean Club Champion.
Otti, listen, all the goals was coming. Let me tell you, I studied that team like a book. That team, people
Anyway,
used to be afraid to attack Montego Bay because that boy by the name of Calf, the moment he break up that attack, you see
all right.
both Dino Williams,
Yeah, but Craig
Otti,
Foster
and
scored
Garden
20
coming at
goals
you.
after Lamy, though. Craig Foster scored 20 goals.
No, not true, sir.
After
Check
Kevin Lamy,
again.
Craig Foster scored. I'm telling you.
Which year was that?
That is the thing. I'm going to get here and prove it to you, though.
All right.
So I'm to
Let
the great
us
Tuffy.
continue that.
What about the great Tuffy Anderson?
Never scored 20 goals in anyone.
Anyways, hey people, listen. We're going to close off.
Listen.
Mr. Christie,
I've been around Waterhouse today.
we're going to close off in 5 minutes, right? So here's what.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm giving you 4 minutes. I'm giving you 2 minutes. I'm giving Unseen 2 minutes, and the show done. So go ahead. Start right now. When you see me do like this, time out. Go.
Unseen, you go and I'll follow your lead.
all right. Big up everybody in the comment section at the first. Everybody will come and share them opinion and them thoughts and again. But what I want to say is that for the persons, you have to give the local base talents and the JPL players your support. Do not say, begging you not to say they are not good for the national team. I'm begging you to say that they can do better and work hard to do their best in the national team. All right, because we don't want to put down their mindset and stuff like that. All right, people. So big up on yourself. Big up to the panelists and the management, the host. Christy, big up. That's all I have to say.
All right. Let me salute Mr. Management Unseen and previous the Mullines manager along with Mr. Speed. All right. Let me see if I can address the misconception. Whatever we do, we have to take it in context. We like to compare instead of creating, and I think that is what is one of our greatest problems. We are comparing our resources along with with international standards, not understanding that our resources are limited and the players are doing. Some of them are actually far exceeding what is expected of them, taking all things into consideration. Our product is improving, whether or not you believe that. This is the beginning of the 2026 campaign, and the last time, this is a fact, the last time the Jamaica team would have qualified for a World Cup at the senior men's team, it was predominantly local-based players. So local-based players have done it before. Local-based player, I think, have a part to play going forward in the national dispensation. And I'm saying we welcome your suggestion. We are all a part of Jamaica land we love. We welcome your suggestion. Instead of criticizing, let's make some positive suggestion. I'll highlight flaws and let us see if we can fix it together as a group. And let us all put our hands and heart together for Jamaica land we love. And this weekend, go out and watch the Clarendon Derby at FL Bill. And Monday evening, you will have a nice Labor Day feature between Mullines and Arnett Gardens. Go out, support your local team. Find a local club instead of every day we're done in a Liverpool and a Chelsea jersey. See if you can find a Mount Pleasant or a Mullines or a Veer or a Dumby Holding. As one minister said, eat what you grow, grow what you eat. Let us try to support our own product and produce and develop it so that it can be in the future reach at international standards. Instead of watching and criticizing, let us give our positive input. Everybody's input is welcome. And I think the product will get better.
All right. So that was Mr. Christie, and this is Man in the Man. I always say this. Listen, seek to add value. All right. I will say to you, I don't like everything that is happening in local football. I think many bad decisions have been made, and I think we need to get better. And if there's anything that I can do to make that get better, then I will. I will also say this, that I believe that wherever you're from, whether you're born, raised, grown, if you want to represent the Jamaica, you have a heart for Jamaica, then, and you're part of the best group of players, then you must get the opportunity to play for the country that you love and you want to represent. But I still believe that especially at the junior levels, at the under 15 and under 17 levels, we have to find a way that even if we're recruiting highly from all over the world, that local coaches and those here in Jamaica must find a way to ensure that our 15-year-old and 17-year-old can make it into those youth teams. Because the day we get to a place where no player locally can make a national team, football is going to die locally. So I put the owners and the coaches. Listen to some of the content on the channels. Don't think you know it all. We had an expert from Sweden, and other channels are putting out content. Listen to people. What we are doing, we are not implementing all the best practices from the grassroots. We need to do that from the grassroots. We need to get the best practices and get our kids learning the right things from an early age. And if we do that, I guarantee you that if we take 12 years to fix football from the grassroots intentionally, I guarantee you that we will see local players moving into big markets in Europe. And we will see, even when the Premier League players come out to represent us, they struggle to break into the team. But it's not going to happen right now because we don't have that quality right now. We have the potential. We have the potential to lift the quality, and we must put hands and heart together to make that happen. Who have money, give money. Well, who have dollars? One man say, who have dollars, give dollars. And who have sense, share the sense. Let's get all hands on deck and seek to revolutionize and transform Jamaica's football. It's been a good one. Thank you so much, Mr. Christie, Mr. Speed, Brian, Unseen, all the persons in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming on. And Mr. Christie provided jersey, and we will buy. Yeah, listen, when it comes on to merchandise in Jamaica, it is in the secret society. Can't get the thing to buy locally. But
I don't know if I can address that though, man. It actually is on its way. It might be late for this season, but we have recognized and trust me, towards the back end and going into next season, there will be a whole lot of jersey. And
so why you guys have to go overseas to make jersey?
Trust me, Unseen.
It's bulk, man.
Trust me, Unseen. Trust me, Unseen. Me just go through it. Me now call it out. But overseas is the way. Bless up.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Bless up everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. Go and check out all of the, whoever else is out there. I don't know. I know Coach Minzy has his triple treat starting tonight. Go show him some love and support. And there are other vloggers, Ryan LFC, M10CC, Military Guna, Formula Unseen Sports TV. I mean, so many of them. You just check them out, show them some love. If they have content that you enjoy, you can watch it. All right. I'm Management. We're over and out. We have some big shows coming up for you. We have the Barns coming up. One starting with J, one starting with M. All right. So look out for that. One going to be on fire on Sunday. So, yeah, man. But bless up, everyone. Thanks to KimRychus for checking us out in the early part of the show and telling us about his journey in entertainment. Respect. Everyone, have a good night and be safe.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah, someone on for the food from young, from we day you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.